The heart of your teams. The heart of Atlanta. Valley Sports South and Valley Sports Southeast. The heart of the fan.
After a three-game sweep of the Pirates at the Confluence in Pittsburgh, now it's on to the banks of the mighty Mississippi for the surging Braves and the Cardinals in St. Louis. There's plenty to see in this show-me state showdown. All stars galore. Albert hits it out to deep left. It is gone! Goldschmidt hits it out to left, and this will do it. And he does it in grand style. Ronald Acuna Jr. destroys a baseball. Swing and a drive, and Riley takes advantage. Dansby Swanson got a change-up, and he crushed it. Sensational rookies. MVP candidates. And future Hall of Famers. For one more regular season weekend, the Braves and Cards are arch rivals. Two great teams, one fantastic weekend. Won't you beat us in St. Louis? It's the Braves and the Cardinals next on Valley Sports. World Champion Atlanta Braves Baseball is brought to you by Truist. If you like star-studded baseball, MVP candidates, future Hall of Famers, and two great playoff-bound teams, well, St. Louis and Busch Stadium truly is baseball heaven starting tonight. In the bigger picture, the Braves start play just 2 games behind the Mets in the Eastern race, and now they match up head-to-head with the first-place Cardinals in Game 1 of 3 tonight in St. Louis. Hi again, everybody. Chip Carey, Brian Jordan, Paul Berg. Great to have you for Braves baseball tonight. Birdie, Atlanta coming to town red hot. After their 3-game losing streak, the Braves have yet to lose 3 games total. They're hitting St. Louis at just the right time and just the right way.
I hope that off day didn't cool them off, because it's going to be playoff baseball right here. It's going to be loud. I'll tell you what, look at the Braves right there, the record. Best in Major League Baseball since August 9th. You see the other numbers. Vincent Strider on the hill tonight. He's going to have a high K rate. I can't wait to see if the Cardinals have figured him out, how they will approach him, and they've been scoring a lot of runs. 7, 8, 9 hitters on the Braves lineup, best in the game in my opinion, and all throughout they're so good, so deep, so fun to watch. I'm very excited for tonight.
BJ, we saw the Cardinals back in Atlanta over the 4th of July holiday. Atlanta took 3 out of 4 against St. Louis at Truist Park. This, though, is a very different St. Louis team. Now they're in first place.
Definitely a different ball club. We saw earlier this year, hey, trading deadline, Jose Quintana's added, Jordan Montgomery. Both of these guys really are upgrading this starting rotation. And then, what do you say about Goldschmidt? He is just having an MVP-type season. The resurgence of my man Albert Pujols, closing in on 700 home runs. But look at the record, 72 and 53. These guys are playing some good baseball, Tim.
You might remember last year, St. Louis was the place where Atlanta swept the Cardinals, got over 500, and never looked back. They've won 9 out of the last 10 games played here at Busch Stadium. We hope that trend continues on a beautiful Friday night before a packed house here in St. Louis. Spencer Strider and Jose Quintana are the pitchers. Lineups, first pitch in St. Louis, coming your way next here on Valley Sports.
Stadium here in St. Louis, a beautiful Friday night to get this 3-game series between the Braves and Cardinals underway. A matchup that has no shortage of storylines when you think of a couple of playoff-bound teams, a couple of MVP candidates squaring off, and then there's the young guns that are surging the Braves to where they are right now, and I suppose you could call it a farewell tour of a trio of veterans for the Redbirds, and one that includes maybe the best story in baseball this season, and Albert Pujols chasing history in what he says will be his final season. And this is a guy who, you talk to any of these Braves players, will tell you they have admired his career and appreciated what he has done for the game of baseball, and that includes certainly Austin Riley.
I grew up watching him play here all the time. Like, I mean, if he was on, I was watching. And to be, played against them before, and like I said, being able to play against them here, I think that's pretty cool. What he's done, for the game of baseball and for a career himself is incredible. He's one of those guys that is, every time that I see him, he makes a point to say hello to me. And I think that's pretty sweet. Just a great dude, and an even unbelievable ball player.
A packed house with all eyes on number 5 and the defending World Series champions. Braves going for a 6th straight series win in our Friday night showdown, presented by Kaiser Permanente, coming your way here on Bally Sports.
By the GMC Sierra heavy-duty truck. Xfinity. Supercharge your home with supersonic Wi-Fi. Unbeatable internet. Only from Xfinity. And by Georgia Natural Gas. Live the greener life.
Not a cloud in the sky overhead at Busch Stadium in St. Louis for Game 1 of our weekend series. The Braves and the St. Louis Cardinals, 2 long-time National League foes, and the lifeblood of both of these organizations has always been player development. And in this series this weekend, there are 3 Rookie of the Year candidates who are going to be squaring off. Let's take a look at their numbers. Our Zaxby's indescribably good play. Tonight's starter, Spencer Strider. All Spencer Strider has done is go 4-1 with a 1.73 ERA this year against winning teams. You know what Michael Harris has done for the Braves, offensively and defensively, playing a flawless center field. And Brendan Donovan, a good-looking young player for St. Louis. Donovan, number 1 in hits among rookies and walks, over 63 2-counts, something Spencer Strider will pay close attention to in inning number 1 tonight. Just about set for baseball. The Braves and Cardinals tip things off. It's Game 1 of a big weekend. We're glad you're with us tonight on Bally Sports. Jr. and the Braves are riding a 9-game road winning streak. As we join you from St. Louis by St. Louis standards, this is a comfortable night, 84 degrees. Let's hope the Braves offense is a little hotter tonight. The Toyota starting lineup featuring Ronald Acuna Jr. batting first in right field, Dansby second, Austin Riley third, Matt Olson, who's on a torrid pace, is the Atlanta cleanup hitter. Travis d'Arnaud, William Contreras is the designated hitter. Vaughn Grissom will play against the Cardinals for the first time here in St. Louis. Michael Harris hitting 8th, and Robbie Grossman will be in left field, and he'll hit 9th. There's Jose Quintana, fellas, one of the 2 big acquisitions by the Cardinals at the trade deadline, and he really has solidified their starting staff.
Great veteran starter from the left side. Fastball's not in that 95 range, 90-91, kind of a throwback, has a sinker, mixes his patterns well. Very effective curveball against righties and lefties. Lefties hit 121, righties 222, so we'll see if that pitch is on and if the sinker's on.
So, BJ, we know how well Atlanta's offense hits left-handed pitching. They've already beaten Quintana once this year when he was a member of the Pirates. If it's to be a repeat performance for Atlanta's offense tonight, what are your 4 keys?
You know what? Offensively, you got to stay aggressive. Be aggressive right from the start. Get into Quintana's head early, score early, and I think you'll have a good shot. And then as far as pitching, command the slider. You look, the Cardinals offense already faced this guy. Slider, because they're going to expect the fastball early in the count. I guarantee you they're going to jump up there looking first pitch fastball. Drop the slider, Paul.
That may be your trademark call, the slider. I'm ready.
One other thing to think about in this game, we know about Atlanta's offensive power. This team hits a lot of home runs. They live with the home run. That's a huge part of their offense, as it would be for any team. In fact, Atlanta hit 3 home runs against Quintana down in Atlanta. He's allowed 1 home run in his last 11 starts. So we'll know pretty early if Quintana's arsenal is on point tonight as you check it out, Bertie, before the first pitch.
And we talked about good fastball. Fills up the zone, almost 70% strikes with that fastball. You see the curve change and sinker. As we talked about, a very effective, very good curveball. That will be key for him today. If the Braves hit home runs, you got to find a way to keep the ball on the ground.
That's our StatCast 3D presented by Google Cloud. That's Oliver Marmol in his first year with the Cardinals as their skipper. He's done a great job. They have a 6-game lead over Milwaukee in the National League Central Division. The Cardinals have gone 18-5 this month. The Braves are 16-7 so far in August. So we're set to go. Ronald Acuna Jr. is ready to lead off here in the top of the first inning before a packed house in St. Louis. Ronald hitting .273, 10 homers, 33 runs driven in. And the first pitch is rolled foul at third. No balls and a strike.
Ronald has been really good lately, taking pitches, taking walks, getting on base. Good base runner, stealing, scoring runs, not trying to hit the home run all the time. And I think, you know, that home run's going to come. We know that. But right now, he's doing a good job of driving the ball all over the field.
He has a lot of room on the right side of the diamond for the Cardinals, who shift against him with nobody on or out. Dan Iasonia has the plate, and it's strike two. Ronald riding a personal 4-game hitting streak. And this month, as Brian mentioned, 14 walks. And those 14 walks, fellas, have helped lead to 17 runs scored for the Braves' top hitter. It's 1-2. Up the middle, Edman at short. And the peg to first is in plenty of time, and a ground ball out gets things started here in the top of the first.
I'm excited for this series. Two great teams. We've talked about it. A great atmosphere. Everybody's wearing red. It gets loud. And this is what you want down the road, down the stretch, to get you ready for that postseason.
Dansby Swanson at .291 for the Braves. He's done great work against the National League Central, as has this Braves team. More on that after the first pitch. This is game number 31 for the Braves against the Central. Atlanta is 20-10.
Wow.
Including winning 3 out of 4 against the Redbirds.
If you look at Dansby's year, I mean, this is probably his best year of his career. I mean, as far as consistency throughout the season, you know, we're so used to seeing him in the past be a streaky hitter. This year, he put everything together. He's driving the ball to right center field, and he looks so patient at the plate. You know, 0-2 counts. He works in the 3-2 counts, and he's at his best with 2 strikes. Been clutch all season long.
With that right and right center approach, PJ, look how the Cardinals defend Dansby. Look at where Edman is.
Yep.
Not a shift. He's almost right up the middle to try to plug that hole for the Braves shortstop.
But as a right-hand hitter, you're going to have your success to right center field off the curveball and changeup that you're going to see from Quintana. You can't go up there trying to pull the ball against Quintana. He will figure that out early and get you to chase.
The Braves saw Quintana with the Pirates back in Atlanta. He gave up 4 earned runs in 5 innings of work. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
You know, this is something that nobody's talking about. Molina back at catcher has really helped this starting rotation out. He's missed a lot of time this year, but down the stretch, he's going to be very important for this Cardinal team.
Strike 3 at the knees. Swanson couldn't pull the trigger. And 2 are out here in the top of the first. I'm told, guys, Quintana's throwing his fastball more, and as a result, he's getting softer contact.
67% of the time he throws it for a strike, so he is attacking that zone. And, you know, we've talked about it before. When you have a good sinker, you have the ability to throw that as a pitcher, and not everybody can. You want to get the ball on the ground.
Well, here's the Braves MVP candidate, Austin Riley, 3rd in the league in homers, 7th in RBIs. The two men with 30 or more homers and 30 or more doubles are playing in this game tonight. Riley is one of them. Paul Goldschmidt for the Cardinals is the other.
Look, Riley hasn't been barreling balls up lately, but when he has a run in scoring position, he finds a way to put the ball in play and get him in, which is always a great sign.
Two balls and a strike. Base is empty in the Atlanta first. Broken bat. And a roller hit toward Donovan at third, and his flip to first eludes Goldschmidt, but he makes the tag on the way by, and that will retire the side. 3 up, 3 down in the first. Spencer Strider to the mound in St. Louis. St. Louis coming up. Their offense has been resurgent since Lars Nootbaar took over the leadoff spot for them. Nootbaar first, Brendan Donovan, their Rookie of the Year candidate second, then the Thunder, Paul Goldschmidt, Corey Dickerson on a record pace at the plate, and of course Albert Pujols. The ballpark will be roaring for him. The question tonight is, can some of these Cardinal bats catch up with the heat of Spencer Strider? Guys, we're about to find out.
Pitched very well. You see the line on the bottom against St. Louis on July 7th, and the team's ready to go. They want another chance. Can they crack the code? We'll see how they approach Spencer Strider. Going to be a great game.
As I mentioned in our comments a moment ago, Spencer Strider has done his best work against the good teams. He's 4-1 with a 1.73 ERA against above 500 clubs. So that's an encouraging sign as he pumps over strike one.
Well, so much for that slider first pitch, guys. When you got it, you got it. And he has that heat, man, and he can command that heat.
Nootbaar down the right field line. Plenty of distance, but the wrong shape. It's 0-2.
Slider, there you go.
There was that slider, but he was waiting on that slider. Just getting out a little too quick. And you got to challenge him with that fastball again, right?
And foul back, out of play. How about the last two starts for Spencer Strider? Against the Mets and the Astros, 11 innings, 6 hits, 13 strikeouts.
Against two teams that are 30 games over 500.
So right guy at the right time in game one for the Braves. The pitch. Strike 3, outside corner. 100 on the black. Nobody's hitting that. 1 out.
All you can do is tip your cap right there. That ball was perfectly placed on the outer half. Oh, just riding the outside line 100 miles an hour. Running away from a lefty. You got no chances of hitting that ball.
You can game plan all you want. If a pitcher hits the corner with good stuff, it doesn't matter.
So Brendan Donovan getting the start at third base tonight for St. Louis. Again, Nolan Arenado is not in uniform. He and his wife welcomed a new baby. Might be back tomorrow. He's not active tonight. So Donovan starting at third base and hitting second.
Well, I hope he enjoys his baby for a couple more days.
Yeah,
relax.
Take a little more time off, Nolan.
Donovan hitting .298. Leads all National League rookies in hits. That one got Strider. He recovers and won't have a play. So Donovan with 2 strikes hits a comebacker. Spencer can't handle it. Looks like he's okay. Infield hit with 1 out.
Like he almost tried to catch that ball in between his legs right there.
Oh, he did.
He almost caught it.
Wow. How he got everything out of the way of that line drive, I don't know. I'm glad he did.
Let's just say he was just tall enough.
Instincts take over.
Paul Goldschmidt stands in.
A central nervous system. Really good when it needs to be.
You want a plus matchup? Here you go. This is the Cardinals MVP candidate. Goldschmidt has a shot at the Triple Crown, too.
Tip your cap to Goldschmidt. I mean, he has been terrific all year long, just consistent. Hasn't hit a slump all year. That's amazing.
Yeah, I don't know how. As a hitter, you just usually go through a funk somewhere. It's such a grind. It's such a long season. Usually something is off at some point.
Right, some nagging injury comes along, but not with Goldschmidt, especially with the DH, though. He's been DHing some this year also.
Goldschmidt had a couple of home runs yesterday at Wrigley Field. The Cardinals wrapped up the series with the Cubs yesterday. Atlanta had a day off, a much-needed day off here in St. Louis. As Brendan Donovan has a short lead at first with one out.
Oh, must be Goldschmidt up there. Anybody else? That's strike 3. Well, that painted the outside corner.
That knob on the bottom of the bat is supposed to give him better balance. Could swing a bigger bat that way and it not be top heavy. I know you said sometimes you didn't like it if a bat was top heavy.
No, I didn't. I like the little light toothpick where I can swing it really hard.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Didn't get a chase on the slider. Now we'll see what the Cardinals do.
Paul, that's when you know a hitter's locked in right there. He laid off that pitch with 2 strikes. Goldschmidt is up there waiting for that fastball.
Donovan leads. He starts, then stops, and Goldschmidt is down on strikes. Well, remember when Spencer Strider saw the Cardinals back in Atlanta? That was July 7th. His first 9 outs were all via strikeout.
That's right.
He's 2 for 2 here in the first inning.
That's a perfect pitch to Goldschmidt. Up in the zone, 3-2. He's expecting a fastball down the middle somewhere, and it's a tough pitch to catch up with, 99 up.
And here's a man who set a Cardinals record. Corey Dickerson is 10 for his last 10 at the plate. No other Cardinal in the history of their franchise has done that. Not even Brian Jordan.
No,
your best, BJ?
Maybe 2 in a row. No, he is locked in. I watched a couple games in Chicago because I saw the streak and I'm saying, well, I got to end here. And he just kept it going the other way, not trying to do too much with it. You shift on him, he's going the other way.
Runner at first, 2 outs. And Spencer's got him where he wants. 0-2 the count.
Catch me if you can, 99.
Yep.
Couple of late swings.
Dickerson also playing in his 1,000th game tonight. Congratulations. Only took him 990 to figure it out.
No balls, 2 strikes. Swing, and he missed. The streak is done. Spencer Strider is just getting started. 3 strikeouts in a brilliant bottom of the first inning. No score. Game 1 in St. Louis. And William Contreras are coming up. Let's check out some impressive numbers. Our Getting More Done feature presented by The Home Depot. Another great matchup. The first baseman guys in this series.
Look, since All-Star break, both of these guys are hitting the long ball. Matt Olson, we saw hit one in the Allegheny in Pittsburgh. He's starting to heat up with the long ball. But I still go back to his best hit of the year when he half swung RBI to the left side that was wide open. Thought that was his best at bat.
That grand slam that Matt hit, the first Brave ever to splash down at PNC Park. There is another river that Matt could take aim at. The Mississippi's about 5 blocks beyond the right field fence here. If he hits one there, we'll have a big story. As Quintana quickly ahead, 0-2. Golfed into right field for a base hit. Olson's first hit against Quintana on an 0-2 count. There's a start in the Atlanta second.
Did a great job staying on that curveball. I was surprised Quintana threw such a good curveball. Hanging curveball, started in and just turned on it.
Lefties hit 121 on that curveball for a reason. Looks like it's going to hit you in the shoulder. Has tremendous break to it. Olson hits lefties very well because he can stay in there when it looks like it's coming out his shoulder.
Let's see if Travis d'Arnaud can move Matt along here. d'Arnaud at 258 for the season. "13 homers for Travis. Boy, he and Contreras have been great offensively. Those two have combined for 30 home runs for the Braves. And they're hitting back-to-back on the lineup card tonight.
With those home runs, 80 RBIs between the two. Talk about production from your catcher. How about d'Arnaud? He got it. The scoring started in Pittsburgh with a solo shot leading off the inning.
Cardinals trying to break, the Braves are trying to break the spell of the Cardinals starter, Jose Quintana. Redbirds are 4-0 in his starts since coming over from the Pirates. We're in the second inning tonight. And a shot hit toward third. Donovan, nice peg to second for one and a double play.
Wow, terrific play right there by Donovan. That ball was blistered. Stayed down on it. Made a good throw to second base to turn a double play. Talk about this rookie. Not only can he hit, he can play multiple positions for the Cardinals. No Arenado tonight. He fills in at third base. Great play by him.
Another area, guys, where these two teams are so similar. Tremendous defensive clubs. Cardinals have committed 53 errors. The Braves just 56. Not surprisingly. As a result, both teams are in playoff contention. Contreras, the Braves' designated hitter. He's 2 for 2 against Quintana with a home run.
I wonder if William called his brother before the game and said, hey, what do you think Quintana's going to throw to me? The former Cub. That has to be a benefit. Brothers, 2 catchers playing together, sharing notes.
Scouting report, don't
yeah.
you?
Got to.
Oh, what a rip. There's that fastball. And Contreras now has a 2-1 count.
I feel like he's gotten more explosive this year. We've talked about how much he's improved, but his bat speed is like lightning right now.
Chip, you talked about it over the weekend. 17 home runs, minimal at bats. Imagine a full season out of this guy. How many home runs he could hit.
You get him 600 at bats, you're looking at a mid-30s home run guy.
Yeah.
So for a young man who was not really, I don't want to say in the Braves' plans because that's the wrong way to put it, but he was the third option for the Braves catching corps. They had Manny Pena. When Manny got hurt, these kids come up and been great. Another Braves youngster that's paid huge dividends here in 2022. And that one right back where it came from. A 2-strike, 2-out hit. That's just like the Braves like it. And Vaughn Grissom is going to stand in for the first time tonight.
And you look at Contreras, man, he's doing it with minimal playing time in the minor leagues. You know, with the whole COVID, didn't play a lot. He got rushed to the big leagues. Really didn't know how to catch guys defensively. In one offseason, he has changed all of that. He came to spring training ready. And I don't think the Braves even expected, you know, the turnaround by Contreras this quick. But he has been all that and more for this organization.
So has this young man, Vaughn Grissom, who forever will be etched in our hearts because he's grateful the Mets didn't draft him. How about that line the other day?
Great clip.
Grissom at 382, another youngster who's hit lefties well. And a little flare into shallow right. That's going to drop for a hit. Contreras is around second on his way to third. The throw is not in time. Nootbaar's throw was on the money, but Contreras in a split second ahead, and we've got him at the corners with 2 outs.
Well, just continue to talk well about Contreras. He has speed for a catcher. He saw the ball hit, 2 outs, being aggressive.
Great base running, absolutely no hesitation.
I mean, this is a great throw by Nootbaar. One hop to third base, but excellent hustle by Contreras.
The Cardinals are going to challenge the call at third base. Ben May ruled Contreras safe. Did the tag get him on the hip before the foot touched the bag?
That's pretty close. I'm not sure if you got enough evidence there, though. What do you think, guys? Foot is close, foot is close. Did he tag him?
Braves are a very aggressive base running team. They like going first to third. It took a perfect throw from Nootbaar to make it close. It was, for the moment, Contreras is safe. Question is there enough evidence to overturn?
Yeah, I think if he was called out, it would stay that way. Look, from our point of view, they maybe got him at the last second, but we're talking replay, and a lot of times I don't know what's going to happen.
Well, I think it's in the Braves' favor. They're taking this long to make a decision.
I agree.
Let's take another look.
After review, the call on the field is overturned. The runner is out.
So Contreras is the third out at third base. Nice throw from Nootbaar. Albert Pujols leads off in a scoreless second next. Albert Pujols in his first at bat of the series. Seven homers away from 700. And guys, this man has discovered the fountain of youth since July 1st.
Yes, he has. He's really starting to move around the bases a lot better. I know early in the year I was like, wow, you know, he looks, you know, 40 whatever age, but now he's starting to move pretty good. He's getting those hips open. And looks like he's having fun again.
And he's hitting right-handed pitching, not just the lefties.
You know, he's done it his whole career, and I think I was told early on he was upset that he wasn't playing more, and all of a sudden you throw him in the lineup, and this Cardinal team really took off.
Well, I heard that he should be, even when he was not playing in the lineup, and he went up. If he went 0 for 3, he was having great at-bats, so we had reason to feel that way, and he is certainly not surprised, meaning Albert, with his performance once he got in there.
So this will be an interesting matchup. Young Spencer Strider against a man that's arguably the best right-hand hitter maybe in the history of the game for the St. Louis
He was
Cardinals.
the toughest hitter that I faced.
Really?
Yeah. And then I faced a lot of great hitters, Barry Bonds included, but I knew I could get a guy out like Bonds in a certain location. And he was the guy in our players' meetings. I remember Leo Mazzoni going, go strike one to make these things work. And we talk about how to get a guy out. And when no one talks, that's when you're intimidated. Because you can't say, oh, you got to bust them in and throw them away. You got to, throw them away with breakers and then bust them in. It's like no one really had a. So then everybody just says, hey, you know what? Mix your pattern. And remember that guys that are really, really good get out 7 out of 10 times if you don't walk them.
Strider has struck out the 4th Cardinal, and Pujols didn't like that call. Big zone from Dan Iasonia, he says, and Strider picking up where he left off against the Redbirds back in Atlanta.
Well, that's the correct call. Fastball in, down, 99. That's a tough pitch to handle. Probably surprised Pujols on that one. But how about being Strider facing Pujols? Now, you can call home and say, I struck out Albert Pujols, a Hall of Famer, probably a first ballot Hall of Famer. Got to feel good about that, Paul.
Absolutely. Let me tell you this, guys. If you hit your spot on the inside corner, meaning the exact black with 99 has the effective velocity of 105. So if you want to hit 99 on the inside corner of the black, you better get the head out.
And so far, Spencer Strider against the Cardinals is throwing the invisible baseball. They have an infield hit. Nobody else has made contact. And Nolan Gorman down to his last strike here in the home 2nd inning. I'm told that Gorman is a prototypical 2020 hitter. Lots of walks, lots of strikeouts, and tremendous power.
Yeah.
3 outcome player.
I mean, when you have Strider on the mound throwing 99 and you still have the shift on Gorman, you respect his power. He's looking to pull the ball every play.
Gorman's a third baseman by trade, but with Nolan Arenado here, the Cardinals have moved him to second base. He's done a good job over there. But another left-handed bat in the lineup for St. Louis. Gorman 0 for 2 back in Atlanta against Spencer Strider.
You see the knob on the bottom of the bat, just like Goldschmidt. I mean, if you're going for the Triple Crown, I'm going to say, what are you swinging, BJ?
Exactly.
Swing and a miss. 5 strikeouts for the 5 outs for Strider to start.
Well, just when you think you can get fastball or slider, I'm going to break out the change on you. Fantastic action. And if you have to be ready for 100 plus and it looks just like 100, but it's not, that's what you'll see.
that was unfair right there. Wow. But that's great to see Strider break that change up out early in the ball game.
Tyler O'Neill, 2 outs, bases empty.
Talking to Rick Kranitz earlier today, he believes that Spencer is a better pitcher with that changeup, but also when you're dominating a team and you're only throwing 2 pitches, it's sometimes tough to break that pitch out. Facing the Cardinals tonight, we'll see if he uses it more since they've already seen him.
We didn't see Tyler O'Neill when the Braves met the Cardinals first. He was on the injured list. 8 homers, 44 driven in. And hit a long way out of play, foul. 2 balls and 1 strike. navy blue shoes for Spencer Strider tonight. He's wearing the road navy tops. Oh, just missed. 3 balls and a strike.
Snit with that look. Where was that pitch? I don't blame him.
That's a good equalizer, isn't it? 99 on the outside corner.
And you challenging O'Neill, one of the strongest guys in Major League Baseball.
I'd like to see these two guys do a squats contest.
Exactly.
3-2. And up and under the hands. That is ball 4, and that's the second Cardinal base runner. And Yadier Molina's coming up. Another future Hall of Famer gets a big ovation. Yadier Molina has moved into 3rd place all by himself in games caught in the history of Major League Baseball tonight.
And for me, another first ballot Hall of Famer.
On the ground, slowly hit right to Dansby. And he'll make the peg to first in time. Strider has struck out 5 Cardinals through 2 scoreless innings at Busch Stadium.
He's hitting a cool 375 so far on this road trip, and I know we've told you a lot about his teammates and just raving about the impact, immediate impact that both he and Vaughn Grissom have had on this team, but I thought Dansby Swanson did a good job expanding on the things these two are doing behind the scenes, guys. And he goes, obviously they're very professional and they know what they need to do, but these are guys you can walk them through things, see that they're willing to learn, be coachable, and they will pick your brain about different things. And he goes, you know, we're grateful that our young guys are competitive, but they also want to learn and grow, because the more they can learn to win here, certainly the better off we are as a team. And I don't know, guys, but I'm pretty sure since Vaughn has joined this team, he's really only maybe been part of 1 or 2 losses. So he hasn't seen a whole lot of anything but winning so far.
You're right, Kelly. The Braves are 14-2 in their last 16 games. Remember, they had their first 3-game losing streak. They haven't lost 3 games total since then. And Grissom, in his first time up at Busch Stadium, has a hit. But Contreras was thrown out at 3rd to end the inning, and Michael Harris leads off for the Braves, who have 3 hits total in a scoreless game. And that's out of play, foul. It's 0-2.
Contreras making that 3rd out of 3rd base, not ideal, not something you want. But you talked about it. These Braves are aggressive. Ron Washington moves the arm. There was no hesitation, and sometimes that's just simply going to happen.
But I love the aggressiveness early in the ball game. I mean, you got to try to get the 3rd, take advantage. You know, he beats that out. It's a different inning.
Yeah, it took a perfect throw.
Yeah.
Right.
Credit Nootbaar. He put it on the money, and Donovan the quick tag. To end a 2nd inning threat, Harris, Grossman, and Acuna coming up here in the top of the 3rd.
I know EY had told me, he said, you know, when you're leading off first, he goes, you want to get picked off once or twice a year. And I said, that sounds crazy. Why? And he said, well, that means you're not getting a big enough lead if you don't. So you got to be aggressive. You got to force the issue and just accept every now and then you're going to get picked off.
Michael swings at one up and out of the zone. Quintana has his first out, and Robbie Grossman will be the hitter.
Just challenge Michael Harris with the fastball. Threw a lot of them there. I thought he would probably try to throw some off-speed pitches, but attacked him up in the zone.
Boy, Robbie Grossman's made a nice impact with the Braves, hasn't he?
He has.
260 with 8 RBIs in an Atlanta uniform.
And another guy willing to learn. He came over here from Detroit. Kevin Sicer. They talked about his left-handed swing was not there. All of a sudden, he's playing every day against right-handers. And he's making adjustments, hitting the ball for power, but also driving in runs with singles all over the ballpark. So good to see him starting to make adjustments also.
That's above the tomahawk. 2 balls and a strike. 4 homers, 31 RBIs for Grossman between his stint with the Tigers and the Braves. Off the end of the bat, little flare headed toward left center, but the grab made by Dickerson, and Grossman is the second out. So Ronald Acuna Jr. is up for the second time. He's our Febreze Fresh Stats man. Here's what he's done over the last 20 games.
Again, he has not hitting a home run, but he's getting on base, 333 average, 7 extra base hits. But look at that number at the bottom, 15 runs, guys. I don't need to hit the home run, but I'll score some runs for you.
And in for a strike. 10 RBIs, 17 runs, 14 walks this month for Ronald, who's hitting .318 in 23 games. It seems to me, Brian, that Ronald is understanding much more clearly what his body can give him and not at this point in his recovery.
Yeah, and it was tough for him early because, you know, just like any young kid coming back from a major injury, they think you're going to return and be that player right away, and it was mentally tough on Acuna. And then he finally realized, look, I can do way more than just hit home runs, you know, so let me ease my way back, and that's what we're seeing. He's taking walks. He's taking that single where before he was popping it up every time trying to hit the home run. So making adjustments and making them well.
I really notice it not when he's running at peak speed, but when he tries to round a base or he tries to slow down, you can see he's not 100%.
That's why he's been running through stop signs at third base. Ron Washington told me it's easier for him to keep going than to try to slam on the brakes. This one squibbed up the middle. And the peg to first is close, and they just got Ronald on a bang-bang play. In a 1-2-3, top of the third inning. No score at Busch Stadium. As we head to the bottom of the third inning, these two teams are so closely matched. Here's what we're talking about, our Discover matchup. Look at the record since the All-Star break.
Both teams have been fantastic, and that's where you want to get hot. It really doesn't matter. I don't say it doesn't matter, but April is not as important as how you're closing towards the playoffs and how your team is clicking. These teams are getting hot at the right time. You see all the numbers. Great pitching, great hitting.
Tommy Edman leads off. During this hot stretch for St. Louis, they have caught and passed the Milwaukee Brewers. The Braves are 2 games behind the Mets. The Mets are hosting the Rockies tonight. We'll keep you updated on that score as we move along here in Game 1. Edman with a 3-game hit streak, 6 for his last 14. Good-looking player. Switch hitter. Play all the infield spots. Play the outfield, too, in a pinch.
And he can run.
There's that changeup again. Ooh, that's almost not fair.
Austin Riley getting his exercise in, sprinting across the field in position.
Look at that pitch dive at 89 miles an hour.
Try it again. Well, Strider with that great performance against the Cardinals struck out 12 in 6 innings. First time in over 100 years that's happened to a Cardinal team. That's how dominant he was back at Truist Park on July 7th. He's off to a good start tonight with 5 strikeouts in the first 2 innings of a scoreless game.
Talk about speed. Edman, 25 stolen bases this year. That's impressive.
A secondary leadoff man hitting 9th. faces a 2-2 count. Lars Nootbaar and Brendan Donovan will follow for the Cardinals, who have taken advantage of their home field. The Redbirds have won 13 of their last 14 home games. Back foot slider, it missed, and Edmonds aboard to start the third inning. Did that graze him, or was it ball four? I'm not sure what the call was.
No, it grazed him, hit him on the bottom of that back foot right on top. You don't normally see Strider do that.
So to your point, Brian, about stolen bases in a scoreless game, let's see what the Cardinals manager Oliver Marmol does with Nootbaar in the box. You keep it there, you're going to have a good night.
Perfect pitch right there.
That's what got Nootbaar to start the game. Same pitch, same spot. Braves play Lars slightly to pull. Dansby near the second base bag. Up the middle.
Talking to Dansby earlier today, he said a lot of times the ground balls off Strider don't have a lot on him because he throws so hard. He doesn't have that sinker, but they don't barrel it up. And he said most of his hard exit velocity is up in the air, so I got to be ready to charge the baseball.
Tipped and caught. 0-2.
Wow, man, you really have Nootbaar looking away. When you're hitting that spot, you struck him out last time. Wow, maybe throw that fastball down and in. He has no chances.
Runner at first, and another throw. What makes what Strider is doing so impressive is this is a Cardinal team that doesn't strike out a lot. The third lowest strikeout percentage as an offense in the league. Runner goes, got a good jump. Darno's throw is in front of the bag. So Edman takes advantage of the hit batsman. He steals his 26th base. And the Cardinals have their first runner in scoring position tonight with nobody out.
What a great jump by Edman. He must have saw something in Strider's pickoff move.
Corey said, hey, he's not throwing over twice, so I'm just going on first movement. But nonetheless, a good jump. 26 stolen bases, as Chip said, only 3 times where he was caught.
So with 2 strikes, Nootbaar digs in and fought that off. Nootbaar's got to be thinking about all 3 Strider pitches. They've all been good tonight. Let's see what he gets. 1-2. Little roller's going to get the runner to third. Grissom can make the play, and everybody's safe. So Nootbaar puts the ball in play. The Cardinals have runners at the corners and nobody out.
I just think Vaughn Grissom kind of looked up, tried to look at the runner going to third. Edman took his eyes off the ball at the last minute.
So St. Louis has 2 hits in the game. They're both infield hits. And now Brendan Donovan, who hit that ball right back through the box, in the first inning. A lot of ways the Cardinals could play it. This one is fouled off his foot. No balls and a strike. Looks like the Braves will concede a run for a double play.
Yes.
Early in the game.
Strider's pitching so well. Hit a batter with the foot and then a slow roller that could have gone either way. Nobody's hitting the ball. Can he get out of this one? 2, 3, 4 coming up. Work's cut out for him.
Yeah, a strikeout would be great. As Donovan 0-1. 0-2. Cardinals a little more patient here in this third inning. See the pitch count of Spencer up to 48.
This guy
stands to reason with all the strikeouts.
Donovan's a tough strikeout. This guy battles, grinds, puts the ball in play.
Ooh!
Wow.
Great pitch. Didn't get it.
That was it. Got to get the call here in this situation. You executed a pitch perfectly as a pitcher. That's a shame.
That's where he got Pujols. Throw it there again. Well, you really want to make a pitch here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And this is what Donovan does. A lot of full counts, as Brian said. Tough man to strike out, and 42 walks. On the ground, double play ball. That'll cost a run. So the Cardinals cash in a hit batsman and a stolen base. Donovan rolls into a 6-3 double play. No RBI, and the Cardinals have a 1-0 lead.
Well, got the ground ball off a tough hitter in Donovan. And you got to get this third out against the leading MVP, probably vote getter right now.
Goldschmidt struck out in the first inning. Goldschmidt would lead in all of the Triple Crown categories, with the exception of home runs. He's only got 33. And he won't add to it here as Strider makes a big pitch. Grissom is over and under and has it, and that will retire the side. St. Louis manufactures a run. They take a 1-0 lead, and we go to the fourth. Cardinals enjoy a 1-0 lead. Let's see what the Braves can do against a left-handed pitcher, guys. That's our Coors Light Beating the Pressure feature.
Excellent year so far against left-handed pitchers. .270 average. ERA 5.18. Look at the home runs, Paul. 33.
I like it.
Dansby was called out on strikes his first time up. Riley and Olsen will follow him. All 3 Braves hits came in the second. But William Contreras thrown out trying to go first to third on a base hit to right. So let's start a new rally here with Dansby. 18 runs scored against the Central Division this year.
Look, let's just face it. Quintana's a different pitcher with Molina back there catching.
On the ground and through. It's a base hit. There's a start for the Braves. Dansby a leadoff single, the second of those for Atlanta tonight. And Austin Riley is coming up.
Dansby Swanson hits that fastball in so well, BJ.
Well, you know what? That got him in trouble last inning. He threw that late fastball He was behind in the count. He was expecting it this time. This is what the Braves do so well. They make adjustments at bat to at bat. And you know Seiss is over there watching, saying, hey, he got you out, threw the off-speed pitch away, got you looking away, and he jammed you with the inside fastball. Now you go up there the next time saying, okay, I'm going to get him. He threw the changeup early away. So in the back of your mind as a hitter, he got to come back in here. Boom. Dansby waiting on it.
Swanson's a threat to run, but Molino can really shut down a running game. As we know, that's another reason he's a Hall of Fame player. Like a manager in catcher's gear.
That's right.
For St. Louis. No balls and a strike, 1-0 Cardinals. Swing and a shot, but right at the left fielder. Riley a missile, but right at Dickerson. He barreled that baby, but it goes unrewarded. 1 out.
I was waiting for the exit velocity on that, 114.9. My goodness, he squared it up.
Which is a good sign, because lately he's been out in front of everything. That means he allowed the ball to get back deep and just driving it. That's when he is red hot. Hopefully he can get that way in the next couple of bats.
Matt Olson golfed a curveball on an 0-2 pitch into right field for a leadoff hit his first time up. Let's see if he takes one the other way. Olson's a doubles machine. He needs one more for 40 of them on the year. They shift on him on the infield, straight away and deep in the Cardinal outfield. Matt's got him right where he wants him. It was 0-2 last time up.
Yeah, but he threw him a boatload of curveballs his first time up. Here he's going with that fastball away, down and away.
It's intimidating as a pitcher when you throw a breaking ball or a pitch out of the zone, like his first base hit on the curveball was, because then you say, well, my gosh, if you're going down or going away and getting it out of the zone, what are you going to do if I throw it in the zone? Why Quintana's going with other pitches. Will he try to bounce a curveball here? Let's see.
Short lead for Dansby at first. And the 0-2. That's another Brave that's not afraid to work a count and take a walk. He leads the team in bases on balls. Nice to see pitches pile up for Quintana. He's only thrown 52 to this point. Ground ball to second. There's a bad throw. That one down the left field line. Dansby's around third. They're going to wave him, and he's going to score to tie this game. What a break. A short double play ball turns into a throwing error and a tie game. Dansby scores from first. It's 1-1.
Wow. What a break for the Braves right there. Gorman, you talked about him being a third baseman by trade. They move him to second base. Hey, you're not used to making this throw. He's trying to get rid of it too quickly and throws it out to left field. And Dansby, how about him? He saw the throw, slid, and kept moving. I mean, he throws that ball one too hard and then to the wrong side of the base.
Had sidearm cut on it, too. It kept going away.
But heads-up play by Dansby, being aggressive, looking to score there.
Fielder's choice, E4, game tied. Olson, good base running. He's at second. And Travis d'Arnaud with one out. This is what good teams do. The opponent makes a mistake, add on.
Playoff baseball comes down to the little things.
Putting the ball in play, so important. You never know what's going to happen.
So for Gorman, his 8th error, the 54th by the St. Louis defense this year. And now d'Arnaud facing an even count with 1 in, 1 on, and 1 out. Line drive over second into center field. Olson's going to get waved around. O'Neill's throw coming toward the plate. It's going to be late. Travis d'Arnaud breaks the tie, and Atlanta has its first lead. Didn't hit it hard, but hit it high enough.
Putting the ball in play. Fastball away. And I think d'Arnaud is off the plate a little too far, but he reached out there and put that ball in play. RBI single. Good heads-up running by Olson. Center fielder O'Neill playing back. O'Neill does not have the best arm as a center fielder. Be aggressive, take chances.
By his own admission, Olson says he's not very fast. You guys got the scouting report. You're moving pretty well right there, big fella.
So RBI number 47 for d'Arnaud. Here's Contreras. Ground ball short. There's one. The throw to first is close and in time. So Contreras is doubled up, but the failure by the Cardinals to turn one leads to two. Atlanta has its first lead.
Your local Ford dealer. Delta Airlines. Keep climbing. And by Truist. When you start with care, you get a different kind of bank.
A Cardinals error leads to 2 Atlanta runs and a lead for that man, Spencer Strider, who goes to work here in the bottom of the 4th inning. It is the Friday night showdown, the Braves and Cardinals from Busch Memorial Stadium. It's presented by Kaiser Permanente. Kelly Kroll down by the Braves dugout. Brian Jordan, Paul Bird, Chip Carey with you for Game 1 of this big 3-game series. Strider will face the 4, 5, and 6 hitters for the Cardinals. Dickerson, Pujols, and Nolan Gorman. Those 3 have all struck out. Dickerson's strikeout in the first inning ended his 10-for-10 run at the plate. Braves have out-hit the Cardinals to this point, 5-2. All of the Atlanta hits are singles so far tonight.
Look, you can tell the message for the Cardinals offense is be aggressive. A lot of them swinging at that first pitch, even if it's out of the zone.
19 pitch third for Strider, up to 55 now.
And out of play foul.
I love to watch Strider pitch. I think he's must-see TV. So fun. But one of the unfortunate things when you have a lot of strikeouts is you can give up a lot of foul balls and throw a lot of pitches versus a sinker baller that can get a lot of double plays or get early outs. Here's the change.
Soft contact. Strider's got it. Oh, with a bare hand and a fastball to first. How about that play?
Wow, did you see how quick he got off that mound and just barehanded that ball? Wow, he was moving quick, Paul.
He's an athlete, BJ. Check it out. Spin move. Comes over, grabs, points down. Grabs it with all hands, all fingers, excuse me. Gets the two-seam grip and a solid throw.
That's the best coverage in the game as we check out the T-Mobile coverage cam. No infield hit for the Cardinals there. And one away for Albert Pujols.
That's the first time I believe Peter Moreland. Pitchers are athletes. That was a great maneuver. He looked like a defensive back, being able to spin his head and find that ball right away. Man, he's doing some defensive back drills.
The cut, the turn?
Yeah. Being able to turn your head without any panic. Like everything is one motion, and that's what he did out there. That was impressive.
Kind of like quarterback fake to one side, going to the other side. You do the pirouette, the spin.
Yeah.
Cover the other receiver.
Yep.
I like it. See how I acted like I knew what I was talking about there?
Albert swings and misses, a ball and 2 strikes. As great as Pujols has been of late, this is a tough ride for any right-handed hitter, Cooperstown bound or not.
Here's where you throw that fastball in, down and in, because he's looking for that slot again right here. I guarantee you that.
Tried to bust him inside, and it was center cut, but it was 100. Albert Pujols, a 5-game hitting streak entering this weekend set. 3 homers in those 5 games. 693 in his career.
Austin Riley a few years ago visited Albert, and they hit for 3 days. Soft toss on a tee and then a little bit overhand toss, nice and easy. And I said, what was your biggest takeaway? And he said, well, he goes, let me say this. Hundreds of swings. Albert Pujols, and I know it's on a tee, did not miss hit a ball. Did not pop one up. He squared up every single baseball. Which is why you're seeing foul-offs here. Simply put, Albert Pujols had some of the best hand-eye coordination he had ever seen.
Among right-handed hitters, in your guys' estimation, where does Albert rank?
Right-handed hitters?
Yeah.
Oh, I would say top 5. Top 5. That's saying a lot.
2 balls, 2 strikes. And you said, Bertie, this was one of, if not the most intimidating.
No, he was the toughest hitter. Yeah, most good hitters, they have a hole somewhere. You can get them out up and in most of the time. A-Rod, whoever you want to talk about, most had a hole in, but you could not hang a pitch to them. You could not. They wanted to get extended. They could hit the ball away if elevated. But he was a hitter that just really didn't have a hole and had no plan against him.
Strider's 8th pitch is served into left. It's down for a base hit. So St. Louis has its 3rd single. That was some terrific work by Albert Pujols. Foul ball after foul ball, and he's aboard representing the tie run.
Man, he's just incredible. You know, being able to catch up with that 99 in on your hands and strong enough to drive it out there for a single. That extends his 6-game hitting streak now.
So here's Nolan Gorman. You know, he wants to atone for his throwing error that got the game tied for the Braves. 1 on, 1 out. Strider got a double play turn behind him last inning. He'd love another one here from the St. Louis second baseman. Gorman's in a bit of a funk. He's 3 for his last 22 at the plate. Toward the gap. Michael on the run, not getting that. It's off the wall. Pujols is on his way to 3rd. Dansby fires into 2nd. Gorman scorches a double, and they're at 2nd and 3rd with 1 out. Early in the count.
Looking for that fastball. He got it down in the zone. Good piece of hitting by Gorman. I mean, he smoked that ball. Exit velocity definitely had to be over 110 there.
Lefties traditionally like the ball down and in, but they like the ball down in general. That had too much of the plate. Got to get out of a jam here. I love that 7, 8, and 9 are coming up. Try to keep it at 7 and 8.
O'Neill walked his first time up. It came on a 3-2 pitch. You have Molina waiting on deck.
Yeah, this is a situation where you got to be careful here to Tyler O'Neill. First base open. Don't mind walking him here. Get the Molina. Easy double play if he hits the ball on the ground.
O'Neill has hit into 7 double plays this year. Not a double play spot, of course. Point being, he can hit the ball on the ground at somebody. You might hold Pujols at third. That's what you want Strider to do here. He's gotten ahead of his right-hand hitting counterpart. 0-2. Down year for O'Neill with the average, but not in these spots. He's been one of the better Cardinal hitters with runners at second and third base. But Strider's got him set up. 0-2. Just off the plate.
Good pitch.
Moving a half-inch closer, you might get a swing and a miss. Struck him out. 2 outs. First strikeout for Strider since the second inning. And now Molina is the batter, second and third, and 1 out to get.
I think this fastball down and away before this pitch set it up. That is some gas upstairs at 98 miles an hour out of the zone. Looks so good coming in. Can't catch up.
Molina grounded out to short. That ended the St. Louis second. Strider tried to protect a lead with 2 on, 2 out. Don't groove one to Molina. He did. Strike 1.
Yes, he did. Right down the middle.
He's shaking his head. He was looking slider. Most of the time, righty on righty, runners in scoring position. General rule, you start the hitter off with the breaking ball.
Popped him up. Matt Olson's got room. He's in foul ground, and Strider gets out of it. Second and third, 1 out. Strikeout, pop out later. Atlanta looks to add to the lead in the 5th. It's presented by Trust. What a game. What a job by Spencer Strider last half inning to preserve a 2-1 lead over the Cardinals. Bottom part of the order for the Braves as we head to the top of the 5th inning. Join us for another Baseball from the Bleachers telecast Thursday at 6:30 Eastern. Jeff Francoeur and I will be calling the Braves and Rockies from the Coors Light Chop House. We'll also be joined by a yet-to-be-named very special guest. We'll reveal who that guest is on Tuesday night during the first game of that Braves-Rockies series right here on Bally Sports South. And that'll be our next telecast of Braves baseball at the end of this very productive road trip so far. Atlanta swept the Pirates. They lead St. Louis in Game 1. And Vaughn Grissom to work, leading off the Atlanta 5th. Golf foul, strike 1. Vaughn Grissom is 60 plate appearances into his major league career, Brian. He's hitting .393.
Just a measly .393. Wow, he's getting off to a great start. I mean, I love the way he's so aggressive at the plate. And he's strong enough to get jammed and still get his base hits. He competes, he takes his walks. Just a professional hitter already after 60 at-bats, man. These two young guys we have amaze me.
That's driven out of play foul, 2-2 birdie.
I'm impressed with the fact that he can take a 100% all-out swing and pull a home run. And then he can cut down on a swing with 2 strikes and work the ball the other way on a breaking ball. Kind of that old school mentality. Nice to see a young guy come up that can have that kind of approach and have success.
Fine drive and caught it short. Good play by Tommy Edman to take away a hit. Grissom barreled that ball. A couple of those on the barrel for the Braves without success. One away for Michael Harris.
Well, we talked about Edman's speed, but he has some quickness there. Good play by him.
Harris struck out his first time up. Braves 2, Cardinals 1. Strider outdueling Quintana to this point.
Michael Harris got a steady dose of fastballs his last at bat.
Rifles that into left center field. That's down for a hit. O'Neill can't cut it off. It's on the warning track and up against the wall. And Michael Harris stands at second with a 1-out double. That extends his hitting streak to 4 straight.
Again, Chip, these kids make adjustments. His first at bat, he saw a steady dose of fastballs. What does he do? This second at bat, he looks for the fastball and drives it in the gap. Just amazing.
His ability to hit left-handed pitching and Bertie to take it the other way is really impressive.
That's why he got the big contract so early. You hesitate to give a young player that kind of a contract that soon because normally guys get figured out. You figure, oh, he can't hit this, can't hit lefties, can't hit a big league breaking ball yet, can't hit the ball up yet. He's the one guy that when I watch as a pitcher, I say, okay, how would I try to get him out? And I struggle with that.
Yeah, I thought it was the curveball. He was struggling at home with that right-hand curveball coming in. And then what happens in Pittsburgh? He gets a curveball and he hits it a mile left center for a bomb.
Pickoff play. He's back safely as Robbie Grossman is the hitter. Grossman lined out to left. Braves have 2 cracks to add to their 2-1 lead here.
Well, that's respect right there. Michael Harris's speed. Quintana looking not once but twice and a third time.
Gorman trying to keep him close at second. And you know that Quintana's got to be tightening up just a bit. Doesn't get a lot of run support. Cardinals have given him only 1 run to this point. In fact, Quintana the 4th lowest run support in the National League. Hope that trend continues tonight. Michael Harris playing in his 80th game. He scored 53 runs. 54 would be nice right here in the Atlanta 5th. Pop fly right side. Goldschmidt will not have a play. We'll try again. Now the point of that number I just mentioned is for 162 games, your 9th place or 8th place hitter is on pace to score over 100 runs.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that as Michael continues he's not going to be hitting 8th forever.
Well, with this lineup, that's not a bad spot.
No.
We got 5 leadoff hitters. Looking at Grissom, Harris, Grossman, back to Acuna, and Dansby Swanson.
Robbie tried to take that to right field. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Edman playing shortstop tonight is second with 20 outs above average. Jonathan Shoup is number 1 with 23 outs above average. Edman saved 15 runs. Our guy Dansby Swanson is 3 with 15 outs above average. He saved 11 runs. I think he got another run saved right there when he dove for Grissom's ball, because had that gone through, the score would be 3-1.
Straighten him up, but missed. Full count.
Great at bat right here by Grossman.
Yep. Make him work.
Fouling off some tough pitches.
And Ronald is lurking. Better luck second time through the order for the Braves. 2 runs last inning. Harris getting a good lead with 1 out here. At second base. And Robbie takes ball 4. Molina wanted the chase or the call, didn't get it. So first and second, 1 out, and Acuna a chance for serious damage.
Great at bat here. If that's me hitting, I am swinging at that pitch. That is too close. But good walk right there by Grossman to get Acuna up to the plate.
So, Kelly, it's all shaping up for a big inning perhaps for the Braves here.
Absolutely. Well, you guys were just talking about how impressed you are with the opposite field power for Michael Harris. And, BJ, I want to throw this one out to you. The guy we just saw take that walk, Robbie Grossman, didn't start switch hitting until he was 17 years old. Tell me how difficult that is when you try to pick it up in high school, late high school.
Yeah, that's pretty difficult.
First pitch swing, Ronald. Shallow left center. Charging hard is Dickerson. He'll make the play. So Ronald flies out. Beg your pardon, BJ. 2 outs.
Yeah, that's pretty tough to do that at that late age. Normally you get started when you're really young, so you get used to it. But it says a lot about his athleticism. I mean, to be able to do that late at 17 and be so successful. Kudos to my man Grossman.
Well, here's Dansby, where he's been so good all year long. 2 outs with runners in scoring position. See if he can add to the lead. Swanson singled and scored the game-tying run his last trip to the plate.
I say, if you're Quintana, now you're saying, what can I get this guy out with? He already saw that inside fastball. He took it for a strike his first at bat. Then he got a base hit off of it. Now you'll go back away with some soft stuff. I hope that's the case, because Dansby will drive that ball in right center field gap.
You know how carefully the Cardinals will pitch to Swanson, who's got a .327 average with runners in scoring position this year. He's hitting .333 with runners in scoring position and 2 outs.
Man, that's Mr. Clutch right there.
He's way ahead in the count.
Last 2 pitches have been breaking balls on the inside part of the plate. Tried to throw the one previously on the inside, but didn't get it there. Molina, there's this thing in a catcher and a pitcher where you give them what they want, although you give them a different pitch.
Good leads first and second. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss.
Good fastball away.
Dansby chased and flips the bat and helmet in frustration. Quintana pitches out of a 5th inning mess, but trails 2-1. Spencer Strider facing the Cardinals for the second time this year is through 4 innings with a 1-run lead. He has struck out 6 men and has held the Cardinals to 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position. He'll face the 9, 1, and 2 hitters, starting with Tommy Edman. He scored the only St. Louis run after he was hit by a pitch, stole a base, and scored on a double play.
Oh, that's the first changeup up I've seen him throw.
One ball, 2 strikes. Spencer Strider is averaging over 13.5 strikeouts per 9 innings. That's the best strikeout rate among rookies in the history of the game.
Wow.
He's almost halfway to that tonight. Edman to left. Robbie Grossman is there for out number 1. Always good to keep that speedy runner off for the Redbirds. And back to the top of the order. First, a quick word from Zaxby's.
Try Zaxby's Chicken Finger Plate with tongue torch, Zax sauce, or any of our sauces.
Lars Nootbaar is 1 for 2, an infield hit in the 3rd. He struck out looking to start the game.
Well, Paul, the one good thing about our pitching, this bullpen is well rested after watching Max Fried going 8 innings and Kyle Wright going 7 innings in Pittsburgh. These guys got to be chomping at the bit to get back in the game.
And a rested pen is so important at this part of the year. I love how Strider sets that right foot, presets it. Get in position, helps with your balance point. Yes, he's on my all-quad team as well. Helps transfer that good leg strength into the pitch and has actually helped Jake Odorizzi, who has tried to stay back longer. He's worked with presetting his foot. Jake throws on Sunday.
2 change-ups and a fastball has the Cardinals leadoff man down in the count. It's just remarkable how hard this kid throws and how he's able, Brian and Paul, to sustain it over the course of a big league game. That was at 100 miles an hour, and he's on his 81st pitch.
I've never seen it. And when I say I've never seen it, not from somebody his size, his sustainability.
I've used the comparison because of his height of Billy Wagner, who's a left-handed pitcher, but Billy Wagner would pitch an inning or an inning and 2/3. This guy's a starting pitcher doing this. In his rookie year, smoke to center. Harris is going back, and at the edge of the track, he'll have room. Nootbaar flirts with a homer, but the park big enough to hold that. 2 outs.
Wow, he jumped all over that fastball right down the middle. But I love how smooth Michael Harris just turns and finds the wall, turns around and make it look so easy.
He really does.
What a difference a great center fielder makes for any team.
And he certainly has done that for the Braves. Brendan Donovan is the batter. He's 1 for 2. And just a touch low. 1 ball, no strikes. So far, this game tonight has lived up to the advanced billing. Quintana and Strider both pitching great. 1 mistake has led to 2 Braves runs. Strider trying to beat the Cardinals for the 2nd time this year and keep the Braves undefeated on this road trip. If we can win tonight, we might pick up a game in the East. The 2-0 is on the ground. Grissom dives, nice play, scrambles and throws a strike, and that retires the side. Vaughn Grissom with that shortstop's arm. Dives and takes care of Donovan. And a quick and easy fifth inning for Spencer Strider and the Braves, who enjoy a 2-1 lead on a beautiful Friday at Busch. Full season member, you'll get all of the benefits for next year's season and have priority access to all of this year's potential postseason home games. See more information on full season memberships and how you can secure access to potential 2022 postseason games at Braves.com/A-list. Sixth inning in St. Louis. Austin Riley will lead off. Olsen and Darno will follow.
Austin Riley barreled up that ball his last at bat to left field. Let's see if he can continue to allow that ball to get deep and slow his hands down and get back on track.
One ball, two strikes. 3 strikeouts for Quintana. He has walked a batter. The Cardinals have turned 2 double plays behind him tonight. Two runs on 6 hits for the Braves, a run on 4 hits for St. Louis. A full count pitch coming for the Braves MVP candidate and third baseman Austin Riley. Matt Olson is next. He scored the go-ahead run. And Riley takes a leadoff walk. Thank you very much. Second walk for Quintana, and there's a start in the Braves' 6th. Before Matt Olson tries to hit one into the mighty Mississippi, let's step aside for a quick word from Delta.
Delta, proud to be the official airline of the 2021 World Champion Atlanta Braves.
The Cardinals bullpen has gotten busy. Mike Maddox is going to make his way to the mound and give them a few more tosses and get warm. The other game of import tonight is taking place in New York, where the Rockies and Mets are tied 6-6. That game is in the 9th inning. We are huge Rockies fans tonight. If Colorado could win and we could win tonight, the deficit in the division would be 1 game entering tomorrow night. So the Cardinals talking it over. Get all the stats, get all the scores, get all the highlights. Watch the Braves live on Bally Sports and the Bally Sports app. That's presented, as always, by our friends at Coors Light.
All right, time to add on, guys.
You ready?
Oh, yeah, it's time.
Andre Palante, a right-hand pitcher, is up in the Cardinal pen. What do you think Maddox was saying to Quintana with Olsen up there, Bertie? What's your guess?
Well, he's telling him, you don't try to guess one hitter at a time. You don't want to try to get through the inning and try to save anything at this point. You let it all eat. You have a high pitch count. You know a guy's already warming up in that pen. Give it your last hurrah.
After Olsen, Darno, Contreras, and Grissom, right-hand hitters. Maybe that's what he said. Give me everything for Matt Olson and turn it over to the pen.
I think he said, don't throw him a curveball. And he's throwing a bunch of fastballs right now. Trying to throw it away from Matt Olson.
Swing and a drive hammered toward the corner in right field. That ball is going to short hop the fence. Riley's around second, on his way to third. Olsen belly flops into second with a double. His first 2 hits against Quintana have come tonight, and the Braves are in business with 2 on and nobody out.
Well, there it is, the fastball. Once again, that caught too much of the plate. Can't make that mistake. First 2 fastballs away, just off the plate. And he throws that one in the middle. Matt Olson is locked in right now, folks.
Matt Olson, a 2 for 3 night. His 40th double has come here in the 6th inning, and that will chase Mr. Quintana, who will leave with a 2-1 Atlanta lead and runners at second and third for Travis d'Arnaud and nobody out.
Landmark Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, and by the All South Highway Safety Team. Never mix drinking and driving.
Our travels battling in St. Louis here at Busch Stadium. Atlanta has a chance to add on to a 2-1 lead. Kelly Crow, how about Matt Olson tonight? 2 hits and 3 trips to the plate, and he helped set up a chance for a big 6th inning.
Solid night at the office, isn't it, boys?
Yeah.
But I actually had a chance catching up with Austin Riley here this afternoon just to kind of be like, hey, I'm probably long overdue to ask you what it's like hitting in front of Matt Olson at this point, but I'll go ahead. You know, do you see anything as far as better pitches in front of him kind of thing? And he goes, you know what I do see? I have seen that I have the best seat in the house when he used your word, Chip, when he hits those majestic home runs. And he specifically speaking about the one in Pittsburgh, he goes, that was awesome. I got to see it from a viewpoint very few people get to see it from.
That was a skyscraper.
Yeah.
At PNC Park. And now you don't need a skyscraper. Just need some contact here to the outfield, and you might get 1, if not 2 runs against Andre Palante, who's been a spot starter for the Cardinals and had all kinds of trouble down in Atlanta, as you see.
Expect a lot of sliders to righties. Righties hit 234 off the pitch. They hit 370 off the fastball.
And watch the first pitch to d'Arnaud. And he knows Travis likes to pull the trigger early in the count. And it's ball 1 for the Atlanta catcher, who has an RBI single. That scored Matt Olson, who's standing at second. Riley at third with the infield in for the Cardinals.
Good patience by d'Arnaud. Slider first pitch. Missed with a fastball down in the zone.
Palante's been a long reliever for St. Louis. His last 2 outings have been 2 innings or better. For the Cardinals, the pitch. 3-0.
You give him the green light here?
No. You got to throw a strike here, and you got to throw a strike at 3-1. So make him throw his first strike. Now, Paul, you got to come back with that same strike. So now you turn it loose.
Always check the inherited runners stats for relief pitchers. This man's allowed 7 of 17 to score. He's got 2 on here. 3 balls and a strike.
Pitched him backwards to the 3-0 slider and the 3-1 fastball. Normally it's the other way around.
You feel d'Arnaud is off the plate too far. That outside pitch is so tough for him to hit right now.
What he's doing is making the inside pitch down the middle because he hits away so well.
Ball 4. The bases are loaded. Second walk in the inning. And now Contreras a chance to do serious damage.
I'm surprised you come out of the bullpen. Yes, you're in a tough situation. Man on second, third, no outs. How do you fall behind, Paul? You got to be aggressive coming in the game.
See if William can hit a ball to the outfield. A big inning is in the offing for the Braves. Bases loaded, nobody out. A high slider, strike one. With the infield position this way, a ball hit up the middle. I guess they're coming home first.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised at this. I would at least play the middle infield back for a double play.
I agree. Medium depth.
Swing and a shot headed for right center field. That's going to score two for sure. Darno around second. On his way to third. He's getting the green light. Contreras with a double. Clears the bases and the Braves break it open.
Great piece of hitting by Contreras there. Swings at a high slider, first pitch, gets a fastball, looks the other way, and this is his power zone. Fastball out over the middle to away, and he just drives the perfect ball in the gap. Great job by Darno running on the hit and scoring from first base. Not the fastest guy, but he is showing that arm stride swing.
Knees up, swing the arms.
That's right. Great job.
So, Bertie, a great time for Contreras to come through with the bases loaded.
Absolutely, Chip. He had been 0 for 4 with only 1 RBI up until that point. Congratulations. You get 3 in the RBI column.
And 37 in total. It's now a 4-run Atlanta lead. And still nobody out. Chop toward third. Donovan's got it. And his toss across is in time. Contreras at second now with 1 out. And Michael Harris is the hitter. And the Braves try to win their 10th straight road game. They've won 9 of the last 10 they've played in this ballpark. The Braves are trying to win their 79th game. And Michael Harris looks to add to our lead. He's our Georgia Natural Gas Impact Player of the Game.
Wow, Mike Harris II loves playing on the road, guys. 308 average, 22 extra base hits, 29 RBIs, and 28 runs. But the team is 27-13.
What a surprise this year. I mean, we heard about him. We knew he was good.
Well, he came into spring training with the right attitude. He really worked hard and opened up a lot of eyes.
I love what he said when he was asked about the challenge of going straight from Double-A to the major leagues. He said, look, you can have the third or fourth deck on a big league ballpark. It's still baseball. I mean,
right.
How many young players have ever said something that simple but so poignant?
He understands. And, you know, when I saw him the first day, I said, dude, it's getting easier, man. They're going to be around the plate. And he got excited. He couldn't wait for the challenge.
1 ball, 1 strike for the Braves center fielder. Palante turns it loose, misses up and away.
Talked to Tyler Matzik today. He said one of the reasons it could be for his power surge up here is that he missed Double-A and Triple-A. And Triple-A and the big leagues for the last 4 or 5 years have had different baseballs. They jump a little bit more. So a lot of times your big warning track fly balls turn into home runs, some of your doubles. It's another theory on why his power has gotten better.
On the ground to Goldschmidt. Pitcher covering. Quick feed. Good play. Leonard at third now. 2 outs. And Robbie Grossman is your hitter. Grossman is 0 for 1 with a walk. Braves lead at 5-1 on 8 hits. A bases clearing double for the DH William Contreras, who's 90 feet away for Robbie Grossman.
Talked about Robbie Grossman's left-hand swing starting to come around. He gets to face a righty and switch over to the left side.
He's played to pull on the infield and drives it out of play, foul. Line score for Quintana tonight, 5+ innings, 7 hits, 4 runs, only 2 of them were earned. 2 Braves walked against him, and he struck out 3 Atlanta hitters. And Spencer Strider has slowed down a hot-hitting Cardinal offense to this point. He leads the game 5-1. It's a good hook. It's 0-2. A 3-run Atlanta 6th. Boy, have the Braves been good in the late innings.
Also been good at putting up crooked numbers, Chip. We saw in Pittsburgh they would bunch their hits together. That's one of the things they tell you as a pitcher. If you can, try to avoid that big inning. That's tough to do with this Braves lineup.
I love the fact, too, that tonight they're scoring runs without relying on the home run, taking advantage of Cardinal mistakes, bases on balls, errors.
I'm going to tell you, over the last week or so, this Braves team has done a tremendous job of, like you said, keeping the line moving, hitting singles, doubles, taking extra bases with their speed, showing you that they're not just a home run hitting team. They can score other ways.
And that's what's going to make this team so dangerous in postseason play. As you guys have said and know, it's tough to get 3 hits in an inning against the 1, 2, and 3 starting pitchers. But this team has been up to the challenge tonight against Quintana. And now it's Grossman with 2 strikes, 2 outs, and 3 in. Didn't offer. 2-2.
When you play in the playoffs, a lot of things get exposed. If you have a weakness, if you have a weak bullpen or weak defense, that expression in baseball, the ball will find you, always happens in the playoffs. So you're seeing a very complete Atlanta Braves team that can beat you in many different ways. Another reason that they have a chance to repeat.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Wow, good take.
They're trying to get the Braves to chase. They just aren't. And Acuna is lurking with 2 outs. Swing and a shot hit to second. And Nolan Gorman's got that, and that will retire the side. Another great offensive inning. William Contreras' first hit with the bases loaded plates 3 runners. And Atlanta has broken open game 1. Atlanta leads it 5-1 in St. Louis. Check out our Green Machine game summary.
Spencer Strider outstanding again. Only 1 walk against 6 strikeouts. They fouled a few off, but he's done very well. Olsen, Contreras, Sarno, everybody coming through. One time it's the top part of the order, then it's the bottom part of the order. Next time it's the middle part.
How about a shutdown inning right here? Strider at 87 pitches now. He's got the 3, 4, 5 men coming up for St. Louis. He's got a 4-run lead.
Let's see if Strider can get through this inning. Quality start.
Fly ball center. Harris coming on. Diving try. Can't make the play. It bounces in front. A full layout for Michael Harris. And it's a base hit for Paul Goldschmidt. And that's how the 6th inning starts for the Cardinals.
Wow, Michael Harris got a great jump on his ball, and he was all in on effort trying to make the play here to get the leadoff out there. Look, Strider You know, he didn't make this play, but this is the kind of effort that wins ball games.
Fearless. The ball could have hit him in the face. He tracked it to the last minute, didn't even turn his head away, just shut his eyes.
Hit him in the shoulder, kept it in front, and kept Goldschmidt at first, which means the double plays in order for Corey Dickerson. He's 0 for 2. Got to win tonight to stay 2 games back. The Mets came back and beat the Rockies 7-6 on a Pete Alonso walk-off hit. Here it's 5-1 Atlanta in the 6th.
Bryce Harper coming back for the Phillies. This NL East race is going to be a blast to watch.
Action has begun in the Braves bullpen. Dylan Lee is the left-hander on the right. Colin McHugh, the right-hander on the left.
Hat malfunction right there?
No, there's a reason for that. This ball is blooped into shallow center. Back-to-back hits for the Cardinals. So trouble afoot in this inning, and here comes Albert Pujols.
Wow, 2 really good pitches. Jam shots.
Albert has struck out and he has singled. That extends his hitting streak to 6. If you can get a ground ball, Albert is a double play candidate.
Absolutely, and I like the slider to do that. He's shown me that he can hit 98 up and in, work the ball into the outfield. I like slider down, let Dansby turn it.
Got ahead with 97 on the black. Pujols getting the start because Arenado is unavailable tonight, celebrating the birth of a new baby. So it's righty for Albert Pujols. He was thinking about making it a 1-run game.
Yes, he was, but that is a tough pitch to try to make it a 3-run bomb here. 98.
It was a heat-seeking missile, BJ. Starts out looking down the middle, just gets on you.
Yeah, to get this nasty slider away right here.
Got the rollover, but it was foul. It's 0-2.
I needed that to be at Riley at third, step on the bag, go to first.
It's hit quickly enough to Austin, and he can get to the bag. Might get a triple play. Wouldn't that be something? No balls, 2 strikes. Fly ball, well hit, left center. Grossman's got it on the warning track. Tagging at second and heading over to third is Goldschmidt. Albert Pujols gave it a ride, but hit it to the deeper part of the ballpark. 1 out.
And how about Grossman here? I mean, this ball was tattooed in the gap. And watch Grossman just put his head down and just get to a spot. Albert thought he had it right there. Grossman, a great job of getting back and making the play.
Albert Pujols has hit a home run against 449 different pitchers. He thought he got number 450. Bertie, are you on that list?
I'm on the list, Chip. Turner Field.
Here's Nolan Gorman. He has struck out and doubled. And taken high. Ball 1. That's amazing. 693 homers off 449 different pitchers.
Dang.
For Albert Pujols, but not here in the 6th.
Had actually thrown a fastball by him. Felt good about it. He was late, BJ, so I said, I'm going back again. Home run.
Set you up, didn't he?
Yeah, center field. DeRosa told me in the dugout, he said, I almost called timeout, ran over the mound and said, don't throw that pitch again.
Little too late, Mark. The pitch. And Gorman down to his last strike. Boy, how about Spencer Strider? First game in St. Louis, facing the red-hot Cardinals, trying to keep the Braves' momentum going. He has been outstanding again tonight. Mets, Astros, Cardinals, his last 3 starts. Very impressive. And Gorman is down on strikes. 2 outs, first and third, and Tyler O'Neill, the final St. Louis hope.
What a huge out right there, coming with the heat. First and third, 1 out. The inning is not over. 99 up, can't lay off. Do not relax because there's 2 outs. Finish it off. Got the best heater and the best stash in the game.
BJ, is that the beach ball from a hitter's perspective? It's up and looks like the moon coming at you.
But it's at 89 miles an hour that you can catch up to. That 99 up. Oh, that's right by you. That's a tough pitch to catch up with.
Tyler O'Neill has walked and struck out. Strider has 7 whiffs in the game. He leads 5-1.
Don't let this kid get his arms extended.
We talked about it earlier. That's his 101st pitch, and he's still throwing a very live 98 to 100 mile an hour fastball. There's been no difference in velocity or effective velocity or reaction from the hitters from the 1st to the 6th.
Into right field, Acuna got it, and that will retire the side. Terrific running catch for Ronald, who makes a knee-high grab. And Spencer Strider pitches out of 2 on, nobody out, and leads 5-1. Thank you, Trevor. So with that Mets win at the moment, the Braves are 2.5 games back. They could pick up that half game if they finish off a 5-1 win in game 1. And guys, I can't repeat it more often. Spencer Strider, Mets, Astros, Cardinals in his last 3 outings has been absolutely brilliant. 17 innings, 12 hits, and 18 strikeouts. And it gives way to the bullpen as he gets the handshakes. Chris Stratton now on for the Cardinals, and the top of the order, Ronald Acuna Jr. So the weekend off to a great start. Offense comes to life. Strider goes 6, and now you've got Iglesias and company well rested and ready to get the last 9 outs.
Give Strider a lot of credit, man. I mean, he pitched out of some tough situations, getting a big strikeout, getting the ground balls, but also talk about this defense, the outfield. Grossman running back and getting that ball really set the tone. Michael Harris showing his hustle, and Acuna makes the great play for the 3rd out, being aggressive, attacking the ball. Pitching defense wins ball games.
It was really fun watching O'Neill's reaction after Acuna made that running catch. He looked out to right in disbelief. He thought for sure he had an RBI hit. But instead, the Cardinals frustrated. They've left 7 on base.
You saw Strider talking to Morton right there. I love that. Right after you start going through learning things. Charlie Morton been around so long, always willing to share. Great stuff. Look at the proud father.
And Charlie's got the ball in game 2 here tomorrow night. On the ground toward 3rd. Donovan's got it. Crow hops. And 1 man out. Hope you'll stick around for the stretch. It's presented by Georgia Natural Gas. The guys will be talking about that young man who's in line to win his 8th game. Another quality start for Spencer Strider. 7 strikeouts, 1 run in 6 great innings. Dansby Swanson singled and scored on a game-tying throwing error at second by Nolan Gorman. The Braves have scored the last 5 runs in tonight's game.
Just think, guys, spring training, I thought we had the best, probably bullpen pitcher in the game, Strada. And then we move him in that starting rotation. And I'm going to be honest, I was one of those guys like, oh, no. Why do you do that when he's so dominant out of the bullpen? Well, he proved me wrong and proved Alex Anthopoulos right. And Kranitz, for that matter.
Well, that was I don't want to say a soft spot, but it was a spot where the Braves were looking for some consistency. They'd used a whole number of fifth starters with, shall we say, limited success, and then Strider stepped in and took over that role, and the Braves took off as a result. It helps you avoid long losing streaks. Again, they've only had one 3-game losing streak all year because they helped solidify the back end of the rotation. That man has an uncanny knack of getting the guys in the right spot at the right time, both in the batting order, bullpen, rotation. Austin Riley with the bases empty against Chris Stratton, who came over with Quintana, by the way, from the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Stratton, fastball, curve, slider, change. Talked to him when he was with the Pirates. He said the Braves have the best lineup in the league. It's not even close. And he said, yes, I've faced the Dodgers. So there's nowhere in the lineup where you get a break at all.
Right now, Austin is having a tough time identifying that curveball.
Everybody goes through a lull every now and then in a big league season. Riley's in a bit of a cold spell. But as we know with this talented kid, he's one swing away from getting red hot again. Perhaps it'll be on this 2-2 pitch. Good take, full count.
His month before the All-Star game was just, what's your word, majestic?
Oh, ridiculous is a good one too.
I thought your word was ambush. He was ambushing pitchers, and he was just simply amazing. There was no way to get him out, hitting everything. Dansby Swanson saying, I've never seen a player hotter than Austin Riley in my life that month before the All-Star break.
And I mean, he's hitting every pitch, especially the off-speed pitch, the curveball. He was waiting back so perfectly every time and barreling those curveballs up.
And there's a good start for Austin Riley. He takes ball 4. To illustrate your point, leading up to the All-Star game for the Braves, Austin Riley was hitting .434 with 7 homers, 15 RBIs, and a 1.398 OPS.
Man,
wow.
That's Hall of Fame type stuff.
That's getting it done.
So maybe an encouraging sign tonight, Bryant. He's walked twice.
It is.
And he's aboard in front of Matt with 2 outs.
And even though he swung at a couple bad curveballs, he honed it back in.
And Matt Olson, a great night tonight. 2 hits, 2 runs. He's hit his 40th double. He's on pace for 50. The franchise record for doubles is 51. So he's got a great shot to surpass that. That doubles record for the Braves was set in 1894.
Wow.
Wow. You get a chance to call the game?
They were a lot shorter then.
Yes.
Commercial breaks were a lot tighter back in 1894. Thanks a lot, Brian. 1 ball, 1 strike. You're in the Atlanta 7th.
The ball was like a sock.
Yep.
And infielders would just, when they finish the inning, throw their glove behind their position, and the guy running out could use the same glove. While I'm on a history kick, Fenway Park, the Green Monster, was built so that a baseball would never ever go over it and hit a car. Now known as one of the shortest left fields in the league.
One ball, 2 strikes. Lysel Iglesias is up in the Braves bullpen. He's going to come on for the 7th inning. They'll have Molina, Edman, and Nootbaar coming up. All he's done is pitch to a 1.0 ERA since coming over from the Angels.
He was so excited to get traded to the Braves.
When you go from a 2nd division team to a team that can win the World Series,
yes.
Why wouldn't you be? And another man under contract for the next 3 seasons for the Braves team. Olsen working the count as he does so often. 3-2. Riley will get a head start with 2 outs. Keep batting on. It's a 4-run lead. Get greedy to start the weekend. They've scored 14 runs in the finale in Pittsburgh. Runner goes. And Olsen takes one around the plate. And nobody was covering third base. And Yadier Molina threw his arms up and was screaming at Donovan, "Hey, what are you doing?" Just in case Riley wanted to go first to third on ball 4.
That's the veteran Molina. He sees everything on that field, especially when you got young guys out there. You got to know where you're supposed to be. There, ball 4 right here. Look at Molina.
Always thinking a step ahead.
Always. That's why he's going to be a manager. Matter of fact, he's managing in Venezuela this winter.
Heck, he's been managing behind the plate in the major leagues his entire career.
Yeah.
And I think he will indeed be a great big league manager, Kelly, if and when he decides to hang him up for the Cardinals. He said this is his last year. And if it's the case for Molina and Pujols, in 5 years they can have one great celebration in Cooperstown for those 2.
Yeah.
Well, let's celebrate some more, shall we, for the Braves. 2 on, 2 outs. D'Arnaud the batter. A run-scoring single in the 4th inning broke a tie. He's also walked and scored. The Braves got 3 in the 6th. And they're threatening again here in the 7th.
I'm so used to D'Arnaud ambushing the pitcher. That was the perfect pitch to ambush him.
Oh, up in the zone. He didn't get it. 0-2. No history with D'Arnaud and Chris Stratton. Braves have made him throw 24 pitches. That might affect him tomorrow night or Sunday night too. Best part about coming to St. Louis, seeing the Braves beat the Cardinals and silencing a big crowd. 46,027 are here to start their Hall of Fame weekend. And the Braves are spoiling the party.
Incredible fans here in St. Louis.
It truly is. Spent 7 years here. And, man, you talk about fans that understand the game, that appreciate guys who go out there and play hard every night. We will remember you.
You know what else is noticeable about Atlanta fans and St. Louis fans? If the team they're playing makes a good play, their fans cheer.
Yeah, they appreciate it. Yep.
Very classy.
And Braves country well supported tonight and enjoying a 5-1 lead. The runners will run again with a 3-2 count. And d'Arnaud didn't get it. And that will retire the side. Good start to the weekend. Braves lead 5-1. It's time to stretch. Trevor, Peter, take it away. Brian Jordan here at Busch Stadium in St. Louis. I know, BJ, this is always a special place for you to come back home, right, Bertie?
Absolutely. Cogs in the outfield, Ron Gant, Ray Langford, Brian Jordan. He's on T-shirt still around here that he signs. Walking around St. Louis is like walking around with the mayor. Check it out. There he is.
Wow, that was a walk-off home run right there. Arm up in the playoffs against San Diego.
Nice. What do I like about the Cardinals? They lured my partner away from the Atlanta Falcons. A little healthier lifestyle on that baseball field. There he is, the stash. There's the outfielders I'm talking about. Wow.
Wow, look at the stash working.
You know what else I've noticed? Brian's biceps are bigger now.
Yes.
than when he played here in St. Louis.
He and Trevor, all they do is go to the gym, just work curls, I think.
Work the curls.
Well, welcome home, so to speak, Brian.
Yeah, this is homecoming, man. Every time I come to St. Louis, just the fans are awesome. They never forget you.
So Raisel Iglesias will start off the 7th inning. A lot of head-to-head history with Iglesias and Molina. Iglesias used to be with the Reds. A Central Division opponent of the Cardinals. 8-9-1 coming up with a 4-run lead. We need 9 outs to start the weekend the right way. Four for 18 is Molina. And Bertie, I loved your point you made earlier. As well as the Braves played in Pittsburgh offensively, I think the starting pitching and the rest it's given this bullpen is something to follow the rest of this weekend.
Absolutely, and what a perfect time that last month of the season where bullpens can get tired. Ours is rested, and we have a number of guys that you can throw, a couple different closers. One of them's on the hill right now.
2 strikes for the Cardinal catcher, who is 0 for 2. And out of play. You missed it earlier. By starting this game tonight, Yadier Molina passed the great Bob Boone for 3rd most games caught in Major League history. He's 6 away from 2nd place and Carlton Fisk.
Is Johnny Bench the leader? Who's the leader?
Says here Ivan Rodriguez.
Oh.
In starting assignments, Pudge Rodriguez 2,346, Fisk 2,097, Molina 2,092. Remarkable.
Rodriguez, another guy you don't want to run on. Had a great arm in his career.
A great hitting catcher too. He had some pop.
Man. Don't walk him. Raisel, full count. And Molina putting up a fight.
I love that right there. 5-1 lead, challenge him, go right at him. Strider 102 pitches, 72 strikes. I suggest more of the same for Iglesias.
To center. Harris retreats, but the park's big enough to hold that, and Molina is retired. One man down. Let's enjoy a quick word from our friends at Landmark.
To celebrate our 40th anniversary, Landmark announces 40 days to save. Nobody beats the Giant. Nobody.
Always the best deal. Always.
Tommy Edman, the batter. He's the only Cardinal to score a run tonight. He was hit by a pitch, stole second, and came home on a third inning double play. That's a pretty good pitch, too.
Paul, what was that pitch? Was it a changeup? That ball went a long way. Started in. Look at that.
He's got a little funky change. It's like a Fosh split combo. Normally a true split, you have those end fingers off the baseball. He keeps his up on it. Effective against righties and lefties.
Warm night in St. Louis. Doesn't take long to work up a lather. As that one's out of play, foul. Closing in on 10 o'clock local time here at Busch Memorial Stadium.
We gave a shout out to Brian Jordan here for 7 years. Let's not forget about Kelly Kroll, Mizzou, little ways down the road. Tennis player, just making sure, like BJ, you're a committed Braves fan.
No question. I mean, I don't know where to go with that, Birdie. But yeah, it's been fun coming back here. The day off was really nice to get to reconnect with some folks.
Another shot to center, another grab by Harris, and Iglesias will go to the top of the order.
You guys know where my loyalties are.
Absolutely, Kelly. We know that.
Beach, I'm just glad we showed your pictures from back when, and we didn't show any of my tennis photos. That would have been super unflattering.
We still got time, Kelly. We still got time.
Don't you dare start looking those up, guys.
And Kelly, mom and dad are here tonight.
They are. But I do have it to the way this place fills out. I will never forget those freshman lecture halls, right? Half of them not there one time. And I remember asking a local friend, right, from Missouri, like, where is everybody today in this class? And he goes, come on, man, it's opening Cardinals season. That was new for me, right? Coming from up north, it was different. But they show up, certainly, just like they do in Atlanta.
I was wondering where she was going with that. All of a sudden, it made sense.
That and the opening of deer season, which was also new to me.
One ball, one strike for Lars Nootbaar.
Wow, that is just
that thing is moving.
Man, it is.
Like crazy.
He's got good movement on his fastball, a little bit of funky delivery.
It's dropping off the table.
Yeah, it's called a change, but I got it as more of a Fosh split type because of the grip.
That looks like a split, man. Kurt Schilling used to throw that pitch.
On the ground, Grissom to his left. And Iglesias with a 1-2-3 home seventh. We move to the 8th at Busch Stadium. 5-1 Atlanta in game one.
To the Friday Night Showdown, presented by Kaiser Permanente.
It's been a fun night for the Braves tonight. 2 in the 4th, 3 in the 6th. Dominant pitching from Strider and Iglesias. And the man in the batter's box provided the biggest hit of the night for the Braves. William Contreras with a bases clearing double in the 6th inning. Extended the Braves lead to 5-1, and that's where we stand at the moment.
Big clutch hit by Contreras. 2 for 3 on the night. Got a fastball out over the middle of the plate and drove it in a right center field gap. Big hit for the Braves. Add-on runs, so important.
Genesis Cabrera is warming up in the St. Louis pen. A.J. Minter started playing catch for the Braves. As we contemplate the bottom of the 8th inning, Cardinals will have 2 left-hand hitters coming up. in what's now a 5-1 game. And Stratton's really having trouble throwing strikes. He's already walked 2 batters. And he's behind William 3-0 here.
Wow, right there shows how much this team believes in William Contreras. 3-0, giving him the green light. He's earned that with 17 home runs already.
Yep.
Sharply hit and through, a base hit, a 3-hit night.
I said it earlier, I gotta say it again. His bat speed is like lightning. I feel like as the year goes on, he's even quicker.
Great job of waiting on that curveball, getting the head out just out of the reach of Donovan.
Sorry, BJ. You know what the Cardinal fans are saying, right? Great, another Contreras that can hit. You have to deal with Wilson and the Cubs 19 times a year. Vaughn Grissom, the hitter. He's 1 for 3. Almost got hit.
Grissom a little anxious his last at bat. Curveball, he was out in front. Hit it to the third baseman. When he's good, he lets that ball get deep and drive it the other way. He is such a good young hitter.
My apologies to the Cardinal reliever warming up. It's Genesis Cabrera. Didn't mean to say Genesis. It's pronounced Genesis Cabrera. He'll be next, perhaps to see Michael Harris. Waits on deck. Braves 5, Cardinals 1. Stratton's had 3 base runners. Let's see if Atlanta can pad this lead. Game 2 tomorrow night. Charlie Morton and Jordan Montgomery will lock horns in the middle game of the series. Popped up into shallow right. And Nootbaar is there to make the play. Back to first is William. And Harris is coming up. And here comes Oliver Marmol. It will be Cabrera to face the Braves center fielder. So Stratton an inning and a third. 1 hit, 2 walks, no runs yet.
Visit your local Toyota dealers today. Toyota, let's go places. The Georgia Lottery. Today could be the day. And by CarShield. CarShield cars go further.
Good night for the Braves in St. Louis to this point, enjoying a 5-1 advantage. 1 on, 1 out. In the top of the 8th inning, that is Genesis Cabrera getting loose. He's the 3rd reliever the Cardinals have unleashed tonight. Celebrate the 20th anniversary of MLB.TV with free baseball all day on August 26th. Stream live or on demand on your favorite supported devices. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV for all the details. Cardinals have a hard-throwing bullpen, Bertie.
Absolutely. Good fastball. Struggles with those curve for strikes. Only 53%. We'll see how he pitches Harris.
43 and 2/3 innings pitched, only 32 strikeouts. He's got to pitches to contact, obviously.
He can throw 98 too, so it kind of confuses me a little bit.
Yeah, for a guy that throws that hard, he has not struck out a hitter in his last 7 outings. And if memory serves, this was the man that hit Bryce Harper in the helmet a couple of years ago.
Wow, yep, that's true.
Maybe they want him to back off and have better command. That's a pretty good pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. One thing we know about Michael, he can hit lefties. He showed us that in the 5th inning. He scorched a double off Quintana. This one's popped up right side. Goldschmidt will give chase, and he just ran out of room. So Michael a swing on the house, behind in the count, now 1-2. Quintana started, Palante, Stratton, and now Cabrera. As Adam Wainwright looks on, he'll pitch the series finale Sunday night. And that one got Michael on the way by, a hit batsman. So that puts a runner in scoring position for the Braves, painfully so, and Harris is aboard after he was hit in the ribs.
Wow, and you just brought up Bryce Harper getting hit in the helmet, and he unleashes another one inside. That's going to leave a mark right there.
Well, make them pay. The Braves have done that tonight. The Cardinals walked 2 men in the 6th inning. Both of them came home to score. A single and a hit batsman now sets it up for Grossman. Braves have 5 runs on 9 hits. Goldschmidt way off the line at first base. Harris has a huge lead.
Pretty good curveball by Cabrera. This kid has a lively arm.
Yes, he does.
Line drive center field, a base hit. Here comes Contreras around third. He is going to score. Michael on his way to third. He's in safely. Robbie Grossman has driven home another run, and Atlanta leads it 6-1 now.
Great job by Robbie Grossman taking that curveball for a strike, seeing it, and jumping on that fastball right down the middle, down in the zone. Right back up the middle. Good hustle by Contreras. And how about Michael Harris getting to third base there? Kind of deked him a little bit, slowed down to make sure he throws it to third instead of home. And that speed, you're just not going to throw him out.
There's one way to get back at the pitcher, go first to third on him.
Now an RBI chance for Ronald, who's 0 for 4 tonight. Braves now 10 hits in this game.
Kevin Seitzer wasn't wanting a day off because his offense was clicking. Well, you can relax now, Kevin.
10 hits, 3 straight games for the Braves hitters. 2 against the Pirates, 1 tonight against the Cardinals. And a 6-1 8th inning lead. High towering fly ball down the line in left. But he pulled it just foul. 0-2.
Had to wait a while for that one to come down.
Oh, man. That was pretty good. We haven't seen this swing in a while. Got the head out. Launch angle. Way up.
180.
Yeah, I like to see him just hit a ground ball to second base, in between second base and first base. Big hole over there.
And he did just that, Brian. What a call. On a 2-strike count, Acuna singles to right. Grossman goes first to third. And Ronald drives home his 34th run.
And guys, that's been the difference of Ronald Acuna. Scoring position there. You just saw the big swing, just missing a home run. And all of a sudden he shortens up and says, I just want a single right here. I mean, that's a curveball down, and he got his hands in and found the hole. Good piece of hitting. Way to join the hit parade, Acuna. I like it.
So 34 RBIs for Ronald. He has a 5-game hitting streak now. And Dansby Swanson will try to add on. And he shoots one the other way. Long run for Gorman. He gets there and gets his man. But that will score Robbie Grossman. Swanson did the right thing, hit it the other way, and is rewarded with his 73rd RBI.
And now we're seeing a little ABC baseball. Don't have to hit the home run, keep the line moving. Aggressive base running by Grossman. Michael Harris II. I thought Acuna was laying down like he was hurt. I was a little nervous.
So it's an 8-1 Atlanta game. They've scored against every Cardinal pitcher. See if Austin can get in on the hitting fun. He's walked twice, scored once. We mentioned at the start of the broadcast how good the Braves have been against left-handed pitching. They're on their way to 29 wins, 12 losses against southpaw starters, and they've got another one facing them tomorrow in Jordan Montgomery. Tonight, Jose Quintana is on the hook. After he gave up 4 runs, 2 of them earned in 5 innings.
I got to find a way to slow Austin down. He is really opening up that front side with a long swing. When he's trusting his hands, he's staying back, he's closing that shoulder down and just letting the hands go through the zone and barrel balls up.
That flying open with the hips and shoulder, is that something that is common when you're pressing as a hitter?
Yeah, I mean, when you feel like your bat speed slowed down, then you're trying to open up and speed it up when you should really be focused on trying to slow it down. It's easy to say, but tough to do.
We've heard hitters say hitting a line drive the other way keeps you closed a little longer.
Yes. And that's why you always hear me say, hit the ball the other way, and everything else will flow. Instincts will take over on inside pitches.
All the way to the backstop. And Austin Riley will walk for the 3rd time in as many trips to the plate. And a long inning continues for Genesis Cabrera. He's hit a batter, he's given up 2 singles, and now he's issued a walk. And Matt Olson will have another chance, this time against another tough left-hander.
I'm going to be honest, being a left-hand hitter facing Cabrera, I'm not going to dig in deep.
Nope. We sometimes talk about pitchers being effectively wild. I think it's safe to say Genesis has been ineffectively wild here in the 8th. Much to the dismay of Oliver Marmol and Mike Maddox, the St. Louis Brain Trust.
Mike Maddox is getting gray about a second. Tough job.
That's so true.
Hard hit ball into right field. That's a base hit. Ronald slowly and gingerly coming around third. The throw to the plate is going to get him. Ronald was not moving well as he made his way to third base. He was hobbling. And he's an easy out at the plate, and that ends the top of the inning. And his hat and glove, he's going to come back out and play right field here in the bottom of the 8th inning, but he didn't look all that comfortable running the bases that entire half inning, Brian.
No, and I said when he was on second base, I was nervous because you can see him take off right there and slide into second, and he kind of stayed there like something was bothering him. And then we saw him try to score, and he's limping on that knee, so I don't understand why do you put him back out there in the outfield. I'm taking him out of the game for precautionary reasons. You got a good lead. Why take the chance here?
I agree with you, and I'm just happy that his shoulder's not messed up. Going head first into home plate after Molina had already received the baseball and able to set up and block the plate. That was a no-win situation.
So A.J. Minter is on for the Cardinals' 8th inning. Minter will face two left-handers in this inning for the Cardinals. First one is Brendan Donovan. Cardinals haven't lost a home game by more than 4 runs since May the 29th. The Braves have a 7-run lead here in game 1. A.J. Minter has been very effective for the Braves, and the more rest he gets, the better he gets, as you'd expect. This series sets up with the Cardinals. You win this one tonight. You hope for great outcomes on Saturday and Sunday. Then the Braves have another off day on Monday at home before the Rockies come into town.
Paul, for AJ here, I know you're trying to get him innings right now. He's been out bullpen, well rested. As we see the ground ball, good play by Matt Olson, hustling to the bag.
Hold that thought, Brian. We'll let Paul formulate his answer after this word from the Home Depot.
Avoid extra innings when you buy online and pick up orders at the Home Depot store nearest you. Thousands of products ready in hours.
So, as you were formulating
thanks for the extra time to formulate.
But with AJ, I mean, this has to be tough for him to come in an 8-1 game, or is it not because you know you need to work and need to be in a game situation?
So normally, or I shouldn't say normally, at times when you're a closer or a premier setup man and you come in a situation where the heart rate's not what it usually is, you're right. But pitching in St. Louis last month of the season, getting ready to start, you're fired up, you're ready to go. So coming in with this kind of lead, knowing your job, you're okay.
The other part of it, too, is you look at the calendar. When's the last time A.J. Minter pitched? He last pitched 4 days ago. So the old saw, rest versus rust. Sometimes managers want to get a guy in irrespective of the score just to make sure that he's sharp for perhaps the next 2 games in a series.
And a long reliever, you're okay 4 or 5, even 7, 8, 9, 10 days.
Right into the shift. Grissom perfectly placed. 2 outs.
But if you're a setup man who's used to throwing back-to-back, used to throwing 2 out of 3 or every other day, then your arm craves that, and that's when you're at your best.
Dylan Carlson will pinch hit for Dickerson. Dickerson's night ends 1 for 3. The Braves also ended his 10 for 10. Hot spell at the plate. And Dylan Carlson, the last hope in the St. Louis 8th. Again, I think Brian does a really good job of managing rest. He doesn't like to use his relievers 3 days in a row. Doesn't really like him to go 4 or 5 days without pitching, regardless of the score. And if Minter can have an easy frame here, he's got 2 outs on 7 pitches. You figure he'd be good to go tomorrow and maybe even Sunday too, if needed.
That's a really great point. EJ.
Is he all right? Matt Olson's trying not to laugh. Rick Kranitz can't stop laughing. Oh! Slippery ice.
Like a cat, though, he landed on his hands.
I don't know if
and feet
I've seen
right
that
there.
before. I mean, I've seen guys fall down. Got to give him a 10 out of 10 on the landing.
No balls at a strike. AJ, you're going to make all the highlight shows with this tonight. I'm imagining that'll be a kangaroo court fine.
Absolutely.
Wow.
It's good for at least $100.
1 ball, 1 strike. And Carlson now 1-2 count.
I can't wait to see it on social media.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
it's going to be all over. Jeez.
Carlson pinch hitting in the 8th. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Many in the crowd have made their way to the Metrolink and parking lots. 46,000 plus here for game 1. Packed house here tomorrow for the Cardinals Hall of Fame induction ceremonies. And then a Sunday night game to wrap up the head-to-head season series. Oh! A win tonight for Atlanta will be the 4th in 5 played. That will clinch the season series again for the Braves. Have had the Cardinals number. And that's the trio that will be inducted into the Cardinals Hall of Fame tomorrow. Charlie Comiskey, Julian Javier, and Matt Holliday. Payoff pitch. He is off the netting.
Speaking of Matt Holliday, his son first pick in the draft this year.
Yep.
How about that?
That had to be exciting.
I'd see Minter take care of Carlson here. Don't want him in the high teens in pitches after getting the first 2. But he lost Carlson, a 2-out walk, and it gives Albert Pujols another chance. Pujols thought he hit a home run his last time up, but Robbie Grossman tracked it down on the warning track. And this is where Pujols has really feasted in the last years of his major league career, facing left-handed pitching. Minter's faced him once, and he struck Albert out. Pujols is already number 2 all-time in total bases in big league history. He passed Stan Musial earlier this year. Only Braves legend Henry Aaron has more total bases than the great Albert Pujols now. One ball, 1 strike. After that slip on the mound, Minter's command has been a little in and out. 2-1.
Come on, AJ, bounce back right here.
Yeah, I'm starting to think that fall might have affected something here.
Popped up. Pujols begging for that ball to get out of play, but it won't. Matt Olson on the warning track in front of the St. Louis dugout puts it away, and that sends us to the ninth with an 8-1 lead.
Friday Night Showdown, presented by Kaiser Permanente.
Great way to kick off the weekend here at Busch Stadium in St. Louis. Atlanta 8, St. Louis 1 after 8 innings. 3 changes for the Cardinals defense. Juan Yepez will take over for Paul Goldschmidt at first base. New outfield alignment for the Cardinals. Here is Dylan Carlson. He's in center. Tyler O'Neill moves from center to left. Genesis Cabrera out for the 9th inning. There's Mr. O'Neill. Travis d'Arnaud, William Contreras, and Vaughn Grissom are the Braves hitters. 8 runs on 12 hits tonight. Braves have left 8 on base. Cardinals have walked 6 Braves hitters. 2 of those have scored. They've hit a batter that has scored. And William Contreras with the big blow. A 3-run double in the 6th to break open what was a 1-run game. That's the offensive side of things. The pitching side, Paul, it was Strider Slider Palooza again tonight.
Oh, he was fantastic, and we talked about the Cardinals seeing him fairly recently and having a chance to game plan against him. Even when they scored, no one really hit the ball hard.
So again, Strider will go to 5-1 against winning teams. Not bad for a rookie. Number 2, his last 3 starts: Mets, Astros, and the Cardinals at Busch Stadium. He's passed those 3 tests with flying colors.
I think the most impressive thing to me is how he had to face the Cardinals a second time.
There's a bullet into right center field off d'Arnaud's bat. That's going to end up shy of the warning track. And Travis on his way to second with a sliding double. He's got a 2-hit game, and the Braves are pouring it on. That's their 13th hit. d'Arnaud's 19th double.
Just to get back to Strider, though, to be able to pitch a second time against the Cardinals knowing they're going to have a strategy against you, well, it didn't work. And he stayed within his game and dominated once again. Able to pitch out of certain situations says to me that he continues to mature, continues to get better, continue to make adjustments, which puts him now, to me, in this starting rotation, one of the top guys.
Yeah. You know, he's a guy that throws hard, and we think of hard throwers as just heavers, right, Paul? What's amazing to me about him and his evolution, he's a guy that throws 100 and he pitches at 100.
He pitches at 100, throws strikes. Doesn't just throw strikes in the zone, commands quadrants of the zone. You saw him tonight dot the inside corner and the outside corner a number of times. You know, I think of a young guy like Nolan Ryan throwing 100, and he was up, you know, earlier than Strider, but you know, even later in his career, you might see 15 strikeouts and 5, 6, 7 walks. You don't see that with Spencer. Lastly, stuff plays in the playoffs because the strike zone gets a little bit smaller. Umpires, the crowd, the TV, the bigness of the playoff zone gets a little bit smaller, and stuff plays in the playoffs, and you gotta throw strikes in the playoffs. He's got both.
Well, he's got a 7-run lead too, and he's in line to win his 8th game. I mean, think about this, too. Why do teams have successful seasons? Well, guys, as that one's on the ground, kept on the infield, there'll be no play. Infield hit for Contreras. Good job by the shortstop, Edmund, to keep that one near the infield dirt. And it's a 4-hit game for Contreras, the first time that's happened as a big leaguer. And Atlanta threatens again, first and third, nobody out.
I continue to say, you know, when Darno's healthy, playing catcher, you got to keep this guy in the lineup, whether it's DH or catching. He is starting to figure it out in a big way.
I agree.
The point I was going to make about Strider is Vaughn Grissom pops one into shallow center. And who wants it? It'll be Carlson, the center fielder, no advance. How many in Braves country, how many in this booth had Spencer Strider and Kyle Wright combining to go 24-9 before September 1st? I didn't. Did you?
No, absolutely not.
I thought Kyle Wright was going to have a decent year, take a step in that direction, be a good starting pitcher. I didn't know that he was going to be an ace, an all-star type pitcher this soon.
So on a team that has gotten so many contributions from young offensive players, including that one, Michael Harris, who rips one into the gap for a hit. That scores one. Contreras on his way to third. Wash is going to hold him up. Michael Harris with more late inning magic. He picks up his 44th RBI, and the Braves are punishing Genesis Cabrera. And it's a 20-double year for Michael Harris and a big night in St. Louis.
Man, this ball was blistered. Oh my. We talk about his opposite field power, but if you make the mistake and throw it down and into him, he is going to turn on it. Wow.
And it's lefty-lefty. And so Genesis Cabrera is going to depart. The Braves touch him for 3 runs, and a position player is going to pitch for the Cardinals. Andrew Kisner is a catcher. He's going to come in, warm up, and pitch at a 9-1 game. How about that? Will face Andrew Kisner, the Cardinals' backup catcher, a position player, pitching in a 9-1 blowout. He's the second Cardinal catcher to pitch this year.
Yachty.
Yep.
Yeah, Molina and Pujols. How about Pujols when he pitched the game?
That's right. Pujols went an inning, gave up 4 runs. Molina has gone 2 innings and has given up 4 runs. Maybe Kisner can get touched up in his first big league pitching appearance.
Got on the scouting report, fastball 62 to 71, slow curve at 55, bad mechanics, no changeup, no slider.
And I don't like facing position players. No. You know, they may put you in a slump for a week.
PJ, this is where you clean up right here. Get you a couple RBIs.
Roll over towards second. Roseman will get an RBI. That brings home William Contreras, who scores for the second time. 2 RBI game for Robbie Grossman. He'll take him any way he can get him. And the Braves have a 10-1 lead.
Exactly what I'm talking about. He got out in front. A weak ground ball. Yes, he got an RBI. But tomorrow you got to face 95. And that's a totally different pitcher right there.
Well, remember last year, Anthony Rizzo?
Yes.
And Freddie Freeman?
What happened to Freddie after that?
It was a rough week or so.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Ooh.
Here's what I want to see. I want to see Kisner shake off Yadier Molina. Line drive into left field. That's down for a hit. So Acuna has a 2 RBI game, and the Braves lead 11-1. All these runs belong to Genesis Cabrera, who gave up 6 of them.
Cabrera, we showed you the numbers coming into the game.
5 of them, beg your pardon, Paul.
He's not a mop-up guy. Power arm from the left side.
Well, he had no command in this game. 6 hits, 5 runs, a walk, a hit batsman. And Dansby rolls 1 foul and out of play. He's knocked in a run tonight. Braves have 11 runs on 16 hits. Who says a day off was going to bother this team? Driven to right. And that will send us to the bottom of the 9th inning. Atlanta gets 3 more. We're on our way at Busch Stadium. 11-1 game. Exactly. 25 runs on 30 hits. And they're 3 outs away from going 4-0 on this road trip, Kelly. What a way to start this big weekend between the Braves and Cardinals in St. Louis.
Exactly how you would want to do it. And I know we kind of started the show talking about one of the best stories in baseball really this season as Albert Pujols continues to chase down history. And boy, tonight, this will be the last time, of course, they see them this season, unless we're talking postseason action. Austin Riley telling me earlier before the games, you know, this is the guy I grew up watching, and playing against him is pretty darn cool. And what a career, right, that he's had. And I like Travis d'Arnaud saying, you know, the kids now, it's Mike Trout, but for me, it was Albert Pujols. And sure enough, guys, Beach, how many times did you try that swing? How many times you try to do the Albert Pujols swing? Be honest, be honest.
Well, you know, he's a lot younger than me. And he was in the minor league system, actually, when I was playing with the Cardinals.
But you saw him.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I love the swing.
Yeah.
But me, I had
Your
a weird.
own swing.
I had some weird swings. Not like Albert Pujols.
I just was impressed too that, like, you know, I'm going up to Von Grissom and Mike Harris and being like, okay, you know, I don't, no disrespect, but are you guys too young for this? And they're like, absolutely not.
You got to also remember, he had base hit right there off of Stevens. You also got to remember he has 693 home runs and BJ has 184 home runs. That is a huge difference in our swings.
But you know what I loved about that shot that our Bally Sports camera crew got at third base? How Albert Pujols has embraced the role as an ambassador for the game and his willingness to pass the torch to the young players in the game, not just on his Cardinal team, but every team he's played for or against. You guys mentioned the story about Austin Riley working in the cage with Albert Pujols and how he never missed a ball off the tee, Paul. Here he is admiring the Braves' young third baseman, who perhaps is on the way to a Hall of Fame career of his own. Long way to go before that, obviously, but off to a great start.
Well, it's hard to predict something like that, but he certainly has the power, the tools, the makeup, the attitude. He checks a lot of boxes, and if he stays healthy and continues to grow and get better and work on his game, then yeah.
You know, but the great thing about Albert Pujols, he leads by example. He goes out there, he does it. He's in that cage early, working on certain things, and young guys get to see that. You know, when he started playing every day here in St. Louis this year, remember early we saw him, he wasn't playing every day. Now he's playing every day.
O'Neill hits a mammoth shot to left, and this one's not coming back.
Wow.
O'Neill in double digits in home runs. Excuse me, it's his 9th home run, I beg your pardon. A 2-run homer gives him 46 on the year. And Jackson Stevens, a single and a homer later, makes it an 11-3 game. And Paul DeYoung is going to come on and bat for St. Louis.
All right, I'd like to see Jackson bear down now. Oh, Paul O'Neill, that sounded loud off his bat.
Paul DeYoung's been an all-star in the major leagues. Spent most of this year at AAA. Came back, got hot, but has since cooled. He's hitting .165 on the year. That ball's cracked. Foul to the left. Young's chasing some milestones too. He's 6 hits away from 500, 4 runs away from 300. That missed outside. 2-2.
It's amazing when the fans have left the stadium and how loud the ball hitting the bat is right now.
You can hear the echo?
Yes.
Come on, Jackson. You've got an 8-run lead. He's gone 3-2 to Paul DeYoung. He was 0 for his last 15. And he lost him.
This is the last thing Brian Snitker would want to do is go to that bullpen.
You know, Stevens thrown some really big innings for the Braves this year, especially early in the year. Was a big part of that bullpen, has helped them out, still is, but not quite as crisp as he was in the first half. Like to see him get back on track.
The casual fan, Paul, they might say, look, you got a huge lead. It's got to be just easy. Pump strikes, right? He's trying to.
He is, and he's just missing.
And when he's not, neither are the Cardinals. Single homer walk for Tommy Edman. Nobody out. And this one on the ground to first. Olsen will fire to second for one. The throw back to first in time. It's a double play. That was beautifully done. 3-6-3, 2 outs.
There we go.
Cardinals are going to challenge this at first. Let's take another look. Safer out. He was safe.
Yes, he was.
So Edman will be at first once this call is overturned. And there'll be 1 out and the top of the order and Lars Nootbaar. Adam Beck is the first base umpire. He's had a couple of calls replayed and reviewed tonight. Adam will have the plate for game 2 here tomorrow night. And it looks like the verdict is in.
After review, the call on the field's overturned. The runner is safe.
You got a challenge left, you might as well use it, no matter the score. Crazier things have happened in the game. Until you get the 27th out, you got to use all your weapons, and that was a good challenge by St. Louis. Here's Nootbaar. He's 1 for 4 in the game. Biggest margin of defeat for the Cardinals at home this year was 8 runs. The Brewers shut them out on May 29th. The Braves have an 8-run lead here in the 9th inning, trying to beat St. Louis. Cardinals have won 13 of 14 games at home coming into play tonight. So This Braves team in this ballpark has been a magical combination. The Braves are on their way to their 10th win in 11 tries in St. Louis, and overall their 10th consecutive victory away from Truist Park. As we told you earlier, the Mets got a walk-off hit in the 9th inning to beat Colorado.
How about that, Alonso? I mean, in those positions, runners in scoring position, he's not hitting the home runs anymore. He's just getting that single, win the ball game.
A base hit, this time by Nootbaar. That's going to split the gap in left center. And Nootbaar's on his way to second. He's got a sliding double. And it's second and third, one out. What bugs you about this is you give the Cardinals some offensive momentum going into game 2 tomorrow.
Exactly. That's what you don't want as a manager.
Here's Donovan. He's got an infield hit. So the Braves need 2 more outs to stay 2 back of New York in the Eastern race. One ball, no strikes. There is action in the Braves bullpen now. Tyler Matzik is playing catch. One ball, 2 strikes.
You see how he's missing arm side? It's a really nice job by Darno calling pitches in to fix that up. It ends up results the ball in the outside corner. So when you see your pitcher is struggling with location and consistently, kind of like golf, if you keep slicing, you play the slice. So as a catcher, he will make the call and set up in a different area where the pitch will be to try and get that strike. Veteran move.
So Jackson Stevens has thrown 20 pitches. He's facing his 6th hitter.
Well, I wish someone would correct my slice on the golf course.
There aren't enough veterans to fix that, Brown. I'm ready to tell you. 2-2.
There it is again.
Braves Live post game will follow us. 11-3 in the bottom of the 9th. Jackson Stevens. That ricochets into shallow right field. 1 run is in. Let's hope Jackson's all right. Right off the forehead. How in the world is he on his feet after that batted ball hit him on a line in the forehead?
Oh, gosh, every pitcher's nightmare. I'm not a doctor, but it's a great sign that he's walking off under his own power, and I like the bump, too, telling you that it's expanding from the outside.
Braves enjoy an 11-4 lead. Guillermo Heredia has checked in to play right field. Jackson Stevens was just hit in the forehead by a batted ball. We're not going to show it again, but it was a rocket off the bat of Brendan Donovan. It looked like it got him on the felt part of the cap. There was a little bit of protection there. You saw when Jackson took his cap off that welt was underneath the brim of his cap. He was able to crouch and stand and then walk under his own power into the Braves locker room, where I'm sure the concussion protocols will take place. A very scary moment here in St. Louis, which means Tyler Matzik is going to come in, and he will face Juan Yepez with 3 in, 2 on, and 1 out in the St. Louis ninth.
And that's always a scary sight when a line drive go back up the middle and hit a pitcher in his head. I was a part of that in LA when Ishii got hit in the forehead and cracked his skull. So to see that, man, it just took me right back there for a quick moment. And you're right, it's good to see Stevens walk off under his own power.
So hopefully Kelly will get word on Jackson's condition on Braves Live when she gets the interviews from the Atlanta locker room. Now we got to get this game over with. Cardinals have a 3-run ninth. All 3 runs were charged to Jackson. And Juan Yepez, who we saw a lot in Atlanta, is the St. Louis hitter. He took over for Paul Goldschmidt, you recall.
We also recall in Atlanta he was a good player. I mean, he hit Atlanta pitchers like it was nothing.
High pop fly toward right, headed for foul ground. Heredia gives chase. Olsen's there too. It's off the tarp and out of play.
And we talked about that. Yepez got traded by the Braves and came back and sent a little message to the Braves. But since then, though, he's struggled a little bit, went down to the minors, and now he's back up.
Hit a home run against the Braves over the 4th of July holiday at Truist Park.
I would love to see him hit a ground ball to Swanson right here to end this ball game.
Yeah, salted away. 11-4 game. Cracked foul. The Cubs helped out the Cardinals today. They beat Milwaukee 4-3. Former Brave Sean Newcomb got the win in that game for the Cubs. St. Louis started play with a 6-game advantage over the Brewers in the National League Central. Dylan Carlson's on deck. More action in the Atlanta bullpen. Right-handers up.
Unfortunate finish to this game.
And I think you got Jansen up.
Yep.
Warming up. Man.
I don't think Kenley counted on that. I know we didn't either. Still have a 7-run lead, but Yepez a full count. And that's driven toward right. Heredia is there. He's under. He'll make the grab, tagging and stopping at third is the Cardinal base runner, Nootbaar. And the Braves are now an out away.
That was a smart decision by Nootbaar. Heredia played that ball well out in right field. Stayed behind it and threw a bullet to Olsen.
So Dylan Carlson is the final St. Louis hope. Carlson walked in his first appearance in the 8th inning tonight. Albert Pujols is on deck. We'd like to see him tomorrow. Donovan takes second base. That's defensive indifference. And now Carlson is ahead in the count. Carlson's a premium defensive outfielder. Switch hits, does a lot of good work against left-handed pitching. Had a quiet road trip for the Cardinals, so he's trying to sharpen up for Charlie Morton here tomorrow night. And a high pop fly toward right. Heredia coming on. He is there, and that is it. The Braves have won another game on the road. That's 10 in a row, and they get this weekend off to a great start. An 11-4 final at Busch Stadium.
And Strada continues to pass test, guys. His second time around, the Cardinals made some adjustments and got the job done in this offense. Despite the off day, continues to swing a hot bat.
Oh, we talked about that hot bat. Sometimes it's 7, 8, 9. Tonight it's 4, 5, 6. Incredible game. Contreras, 4 hits. Outstanding.
Last 2 games for the Braves, 25 runs on 30 hits. And with the win tonight, they remain 2 games behind the Mets in the Eastern Division standings, with 2 more left against the St. Louis Cardinals. Charlie Morton and Jordan Montgomery tomorrow night, Jake Odorizzi and Adam Wainwright on Sunday, and our next telecast will be in Atlanta on Tuesday when the Colorado Rockies come to Truist Park. Spencer Strider was great, so was the Atlanta offense. 11-4 is your final score on a beautiful baseball night in St. Louis, Missouri. For Kelly Kroll, Brian Jordan, Paul Bird, I'm Chip Carey. Thank you for joining us. Enjoy your weekend, Braves country. We will see you Tuesday night when the Rockies come a-calling. First things though first, Braves Live presented by Xfinity is coming up next.